Good evening, everybody. You're watching America First. It's a little bit late. It's like 11:30. We got a great show for you tonight.
Acceptable.
Very excited to be back here with you tonight on Wednesday. We have a lot to talk about tonight. Lots to get into. Big show. It's actually kind of a slow day again. Very slow news day. It's been like a slow month. I don't remember the last time anything has actually even happened in the news.
Right? It was
I
like
think
a
the last
fire
big
hose.
story had to have been Jeffrey Epstein files, Marjorie Greene. It's about it. So tonight we're going to be scraping the bottom of the barrel. We're going to be talking all about the latest e-drama. A lot of drama going on in the country. Our featured story, we'll talk all about Erica Kirk and her brutal clapback against Candace Owens. It looks like maybe the tide is turning. And we're watching from the sidelines very carefully. And I'm sure you saw it. It erupted on social media after months of Candace Owens' escalating campaign to expose a grand conspiracy to kill Charlie Kirk. Finally, she crossed the Rubicon, I believe, this week, and implied that Charlie Kirk's wife, Erica, may be involved in his assassination in some way. And today, Erica Kirk retaliated. She clapped back hard on Fox News with a tearful rant, and we'll read through some of it. Candace Owens replied very quickly, and we're headed for a showdown next week. Turning Point USA will be hosting their live stream on the 15th, so I think that's on Monday. Candace will be live reacting to that. I'll be reacting to the whole thing. And we'll see what happens after that, but it's headed to a showdown, a real duel. So we'll talk all about it. We're also going to be talking tonight about the new resolution introduced in the United States Senate to condemn me for anti-Semitism. Get a load of this. The Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer has introduced a resolution to condemn me for, among other things, saying that Hitler had aura. And I'm not kidding, that's in the text of the resolution. That's in the legislation.
Dude.
It says,
nothing better to
in
do?
the actual text of the resolution, he said Hitler has aura. That's why they're condemning me. It was proposed by Chuck Schumer. It is co-sponsored by every other Democrat in the U.S. Senate. So it was introduced. Chuck Schumer is the leader of the Democrats in the Senate. He introduced it. It is co-sponsored by every Democrat. Co-sponsored by every other Democrat in the U.S. Senate. Condemning me, my racism, my white supremacy, my anti-Semitism. Don't you guys have other stuff to do? Don't you have a country to run? Aren't we like $38 trillion in debt and we're at war with Russia and China and everything? And why do you have time to do this? Every member of the Senate co-sponsored it. I don't think it will pass. I don't think that John Thune will bring it to the floor, but nevertheless, a powerful rebuke of hatred and bigotry in America. When they run out of options, this is what they do. I'm too popular. I'm too famous. They can't ban me. They tried it. They can't lie about me. They tried that too. They can't interrogate me. They tried that on Monday. It didn't work. So now they run it up the flagpole to the upper chamber of the legislature. They run it up the flagpole to the Senate. We can't ban him on YouTube. What are we going to do? Call Piers Morgan. He failed. What are we going to do? Call the Senate. It didn't work.
Bro,
call the Navy.
Dude.
Or how about we just stop supporting Israel? Could we just do that?
Seriously,
no, that's not an option. Try again. That's not an option. So we'll talk all about that too. It should be a pretty good show. Before we get into it, I want to remind you to smash the follow button on Rumble, smash the like button, leave a comment. Let me know what you think about the show. Check out our merch store, Fuentes.store. We have our brand new holiday lineup, new gear. Check it out. This is one of our new designs. It is a vintage America First hoodie. And I was telling you the other day, some of it, like the Wang Half shirt, it's very explicit. It is an acronym that contains the word nigger. This is more chill. This is just if you want to fly under the radar.
Oh, man, I love it.
Who are we kidding? This is when you're undercover at Pizza Hut or McDonald's or whatever you're getting up to. Fuentes.store, but we have a few other new designs, and some of them are low-key and some of them are high-key. We got the hats as well. We have them in blue, camo, black. Get them now. Subscribe to the website, americafirst.plus. It's $15 a month to get access to the archive, every episode of the show. $100 a month to get access to the private group chat, the secret group chat that I am in. And I was hanging out in there for about an hour before the show
Secret group chat
and
that I am
talking
in.
about show topics. You get to vote on them. And I'm leaving voice messages. I basically do an audio show in the group chat a few times a week. So did a little bit of that today. So check it out. That's americafirst.plus. Just a heads up, I'm not going to be here on Friday. Will not be here on Friday. Might be doing another collaboration. Tomorrow, I'm doing a collab with Richard Spencer. It's our annual tradition. Around the holiday season, I get together with him. It's kind of a bad tradition because he hates Christianity. So it's sort of, it's like those Christmas movies where Santa Claus is the villain. It has the same energy as that. No, but it's always an interesting conversation, and it's sort of a strange friendship. We've known each other a long time, and we used to hate each other, but now we're friends. And we've done it the past couple of years, and people seem to love it. So some people hate it, but some people really like it. So we're going to be doing that tomorrow. I don't know what time. I'm going to guess 7 o'clock. I'm totally disorganized right now, so I don't remember. But it's going to happen at night. I'll post it on Telegram and Twitter. I will also be doing a show. So that's that. We're going to dive in. You know, there's really just not too much happening. I'm really just focused on trying to get in the Christmas spirit. To be perfectly honest with you, I'm a little bit checked out. It's been a very long year. It's been a long generational run, and it's been nonstop. I've traveled like 20 times this year. I've done 1 million collaborations. I've been on Alex Jones's show 5 million times.
This year.
6 million times. Sure. I was on a show 6 million times.
6 million.
Exactly 6 million. But, 6, maybe 7 million. That's cheap. No, but I've been on his show 1 million times. I did 2 Bradley Martin collaborations. I've been coast to coast. And I'm bringing it in for a landing. I'm ready for my vacation. I'm trying just to get in the Christmas spirit. It's been snowing. I got the Christmas music on. The Christmas decorations are up. Watching the Christmas movies. I'm just focused on the vibe. I'm ready to hibernate. And then I'll be back in the new year. I'll be back in 2026 with a whole new everything. Just wait. 26 is going to be unbelievable. So I'm getting ready to go into hibernation. But anyway, so as I said, there's not really too much in the news. We could just say briefly, today the United States seized another, they for the first time in this campaign, the United States seized an oil tanker headed from Venezuela to what some people believe could be Iran, maybe Cuba. Major escalation in that campaign, but there's not really too much more to say about it. There is a new defense authorization bill, $900 billion for the military, contains some interesting provisions, $400 million per year for the next 2 years to Ukraine, restricts the president's ability to draw down the troop totals in Europe. gets rid of woke DEI in the military. It's not that interesting. So tonight we're going to get into some other stuff. In our featured story, we're going to talk all about this Candace Owens, Erica Kirk feud. We're going to just do a little drama. We're just going to get into some drama, and we'll just farm out the engagement. We'll farm it out, farm it up. We're going to get some farmers market, locally sourced, raw e-drama content. And I'm sure you saw it today, Candace Owens. She is now explicitly and outright attacking the widow of Charlie Kirk, his wife, Erica. And we all knew this was coming. This was inevitable, and it was obvious. She has been on this crusade now for 3 months. We're going on 3 months. All of September, October, November, and it's going to be another month this December of the conspiracy soap opera, the drama. And there were two things we knew when Candace Owens started this. One, we knew that eventually it was going to become about Brigitte Macron. Everyone knew that. One, we knew from day one that eventually we were going to find our way back, and somehow the assassination of Charlie Kirk was going to be connected to Brigitte Macron being transgender. Nobody knew how. Nobody knew the steps we were going to take to get there or how long it would take for us to arrive, but we're there, and it has happened. So Brigitte Macron orchestrated the hit on Charlie Kirk. And two, we knew that eventually we were going to get the mud fight. We were going to get the divas match. We were going to get the slap fight, the bitch fest. I don't mean to say that Erica's a bitch. She's probably not, but, you know, it's two women fighting. We knew it was going to go there. We knew she was going to attack the wife. And now it has happened. It has been gradually escalating. And if you've been paying attention to Candace's coverage, her theories, it has been expanding and widening. The conspiracy started out very early on. Now, the week after this happened, after Charlie Kirk was assassinated, I said, gut level, I find it hard to believe employer. I said it didn't make any sense. But that's where everybody took it immediately for obvious reasons. And then the conspiracy widened. And it widened to include maybe a dozen people that were present on the campus that day. And it then widened to include the FBI and the Trump administration. And then it widened to include France and Egypt. And then what has been happening lately is that it has been widening to include everybody that Charlie Kirk knew. And she's been going around for the past several weeks,
she's just
hinting strongly and insinuating that his family killed him.
Straight up grifter.
That perhaps his parents, his wife,
It's a cunt.
his best friends, his
loud-mouthed
colleagues, that
nigger.
they were in on it, that they either gave permission for these three governments to kill Charlie Kirk, or they were complicit in the assassination against Charlie Kirk. But that is what she has been insinuating. And the pressure has been mounting. As you know, last week, finally, Turning Point came out, and Blake Neff, who is the architect of the Charlie Kirk podcast, he came out last week and said, we are forced now to formally respond. They said they're going to host a live stream at their studio in Phoenix. They said they're going to do it this month, and they're going to formally address all of the conspiracy theories that implicate Turning Point as an organization. Candace Owens was invited to attend the live stream. She declined. She said she was busy. She didn't say why she was busy. She said she would cover it anyway from home. Then she said, actually, I'll beg my husband to let me go and attend the live stream if Erica Kirk is there.
I bet
And
her husband
I don't know that we covered that aspect of it, but that's how it played out. Last Wednesday, Blake Neff announced Turning Point is going to address the allegations. We're hosting a live stream. She's invited. Candace replies and says, name the time, name the place. I'll be there.
And
I
then
want all
tries
the
to
bells
back
and
out,
whistles.
tries
Let's
to
do it.
welch.
They say, okay, we're doing it on December 15th in Phoenix. You're welcome to join us. Candace says, oh, I can't make it that day, but I can Zoom or I'll cover it live on my show. And they said, no, we're not doing a live stream
How
debate.
pathetic.
We're doing the stream. You can come in person. If not, that's okay. We'll do it without you. Then she comes out a few days later and says, well, if Erica Kirk is there, then I will beg my husband to let me attend, and maybe I can. Weird direction she took it in. And so this is where we get to today. I believe it was in response to this that finally Erica Kirk comes out on Fox News and addresses Candace, not by name, but indirectly. And this is what she says. This is from Mediaite. It says, quote, Erica Kirk, the CEO of Turning Point USA and widow of assassinated conservative activist Charlie Kirk, erupted on Wednesday over the conspiracy theories, many of them championed by former Turning Point activist Candace Owens, proliferating about her husband's death. During a one-on-one with Harris Faulkner, in the final minutes of Wednesday's
we have a
edition
great
of
show for you
Outnumbered,
tonight. Very
Faulkner
excited
ripped
to
into
be
those
back.
profiting off of the conspiracy theories. After Kirk implored the world to let her keep the site of her husband's grave private for the sake of her family, Faulkner asked her, what are they taking from you right now? She replied, I do not have time to address the noise. My silence does not mean that I am complacent. My silence does not mean that Turning Point and all of the hand-picked staff that loved my husband and my husband loved them is somehow in on it. We are busy building, and
These
you know
people
what?
need to just
I thought
go
these people are
back to
human. We
under
are
the
all
rock
grieving
they
in our own
fucking
way,
came
and they are
from.
trying to find the answer to something that happened that was so evil. They are trying so hard, and I get that. We're doing the same. They are trying to find the answer to something. Anytime we hear a leader, anytime we hear anything, we send it to the authorities. Please dig into this. No rock will be unturned. I want justice for my husband, myself, and my family. And she goes on. For me, you want to keep telling me to come down while we're building. I don't have time for that, but here's my breaking point. Come after me, call me names, I don't care. Call me what you want, whatever. But when you go after my family, Turning Point USA, my Charlie Kirk Show family, when you go after the people that I love and you're making hundreds and thousands of dollars every
Why
single
keep
episode,
attacking her? I don't get it.
after the people that I
really
love
don't.
because they're somehow in on this, no. And she goes on and on
what's
like
it
this.
getting him?
The
That
article
company's
concludes, it
gonna
says she
die.
later
It's all
finished the
gonna die
segment
without
declaring
him.
that she's seen the impact that conspiracy theories have
joke,
had
man.
on the people that I love.
Like,
She said, and if
that
people
punch him
think I was
down.
just going to wilt away, I'm not going to sit in a corner and cry in the fetal position. This is the duty to my husband. It's
and
an
this is
absolute
what
honor.
that
I will
woman
never back
wanted.
down.
She wanted to be famous. you
And
know?
I saw this response, and I'm going to be honest with you. It doesn't work. The response doesn't work. They're just recycling a lot of these things that they've been saying, which is everybody grieves differently. And you can attack me, but don't attack them. That's my family. They're just recycling, and you can read.
Lame.
There's sort of
It's
like a
just whack.
desperation. Fishing around in a grab bag of public relations talking points. And that's what this is.
Well put.
It's calculated. This is calculated. It's choreographed. Obviously, they have a big problem, and the problem's name is Candace Owens. Candace Owens is going live every day, and she is absolutely motherfucking their credibility. Every
Yeah.
single day, she's calling
They can't
Tyler
get that
Boyer a
show
gay
back on the
pedophile.
tracks.
She's saying Erica
can't
Kirk
do it.
is a fake wife and killed her husband. She's saying everybody at Turning Point killed Charlie to cover up
possibility.
missing funds or something like that. She's going live every day to an audience of millions of
It was
people and
always
saying
like
these
kind of a
things.
Potemkin
And Turning
family.
Point has no idea how to respond. And they're sort of oscillating between feigning indignation, pretending to take the high road, pretending to not be
Even that
affected, but
video
also
of her
playing
on
the victim
Fox
and for
just came
sympathy.
off so
But they can't seem to find anything that
manufactured.
works. It looks like they're tinkering with it, and
It's just-
they're trying a lot of different lines. They're trying a lot of different angles, throwing a lot at the wall to see what sticks, but nothing is actually hitting the right note. And like I said,
quite contrived.
recycling and cycling through a lot of different types of appeals.
Not smart.
Don't attack his wife. That's his wife. You can't do that.
The truth is,
You can
he
attack
built
his
a
wife, but don't
following,
attack the rest of them because they're
and it's
family.
non-transferable.
Don't attack any of them because they're
Nobody
human.
can just fill his shoes.
Well, everyone's just grieving in a different way. Well, and you can tell that it is it's fake. And by
We've already
fake, I don't
moved
mean
on
that they're all
from that.
liars. I mean that they're running a public relations strategy. This is damage control. They're huddling up together and they're thinking through these lines. How are we going to deal with this? And they don't have a consistent approach. The approach is not focused. They actually haven't made a decision about what the approach is going to be. And so you just sort of see this panicked, sloppy, inconsistent approach. And it looks like
Slop.
they're just
Slop, dude.
thrashing around. It looks like they're just flopping and thrashing around, and they have no idea what they're doing. They come out with
They're
this
doing the
statement and they
flop
say,
and
all right,
fish
fine, we'll
thing."
address all the allegations and you can come to the studio. And she says, well, I want to Zoom. Well, that's no good. Then she comes out and she doesn't even mention Candace Owens by name. And the problem, of course, with Turning Point, full disclosure, I'll tell you my position. I don't think they killed Charlie Kirk. I don't think they're in on it. I don't think
But
that
they're
all of Charlie
desperate
Kirk's
to get
best
Strain
friends and
back
his
on
wife
Fox. Christ.
stabbed him in the back like Julius Caesar. I don't think it's that deep. I think that what they are is they're a business. And I think they are grifters. I think the Turning Point will be in the future.
The further
It's a
we get from
grift
Charlie
operation.
Kirk's assassination,
And it is made up of a
more
lot of different kinds
I'm
of
kinda
people.
grossed out by it.
And certainly some of them are very suspicious. Like Jack Posobiec's a little suspicious. Blake Neff used to work for Tucker. I don't know his story. That Andrew Kolvik guy, that guy is like an Israel lobby shill. So it's made up of a
That's
lot of
creepy.
different like industry
Creepy as
people.
fuck.
And some of them are ideologically convicted in the wrong direction, like they're pro-Israel hacks. Some of them don't believe in anything. They're just a mouthpiece. Some of them are
Yeah,
basic
they're
bitch
all
conservatives.
Lizard people.
But I
kinda
guess the
thing,
sin
you
of
know,
Turning Point USA
shapeshifter
is
type.
a lot of them are just phony. A lot of them are just
Phony. Well put.
they're calculating, cynical, political opportunists. And that's why
Nothing is
everything they're
natural,
putting out
nothing
is
is
coming across
organic.
that way. Everything they're
It's not
putting
for me,
out is
man.
coming
It's not for
across as very thin and cheap and insincere. And it's not working.
Dude.
I think that the approach that they need to adopt is they need to address it head on. At this point, what do we have to lose here?
Yeah.
Candace has the bigger platform, actually, at this point.
Indeed.
Her YouTube channel is massive. Her Spotify is massive. Her Twitter is massive. Everybody is watching the Candace show, for better or for worse. And when I say the Candace show, I mean that as a pejorative. It's what it is. It's a big performance. Everybody's
like
watching
Oprah.
the Candace show, and
Straight up
everybody
like Oprah,
knows
man.
this is going on. And a
can't
significant
stand it.
portion of the population, or maybe a vocal and loud and energetic minority, is dominating the conversation. And so at this point, you need to nip it in the bud. You can't do the high road shit. You can't do the victim shit. You can't do it
You just got to start
in
the
a
show
way where the
again
approach
and get
is
rolling.
inconsistent. You need to stand up and face this head on. And you need to go on the offensive. They've been first of all, they weren't even playing for 2 months at all.
Yeah,
They
I don't
weren't
get
defending
that.
themselves.
That was dumb.
They weren't saying anything. Then they came out on the defensive, and they were doing this thing where they weren't naming anybody by name, and they weren't addressing anything directly. They were sort of making these references to it and pretending it didn't exist and pretending they weren't bothered by it, pretending to take the high road.
That doesn't make it go
And even
away.
now, they're on defense. She comes out and says, oh, we're human beings. We're being attacked. This is so sad. I'm just trying to build. And everyone knows that's bullshit. You've got a huge Candace Owens problem. And it's a problem for you, your credibility, your organization, your operations, your fundraising. You cannot go on. You cannot act as though everything is okay and everything is normal as long as this is happening. And when you go on the show and you won't say her name,
they're not going to be ready for 2026.
I understand the thought process behind that. But when you go on the show and you pretend to take the high road and say that you're just worried about moving forward, no one buys that because everyone knows this is a problem and everyone knows you know it's a problem and everyone knows that you wouldn't be acting like this if you didn't know it was a problem. It's a tacit acknowledgement that this is a problem.
Yeah.
So in my opinion, you got to put down the handkerchief. You got to stop with, and I know this is going to sound callous, but this is politics. And politics is ruthless. And people might find this to be extremely outrageous. I think the whole thing is very dark and very outrageous, but this is politics. And in politics and in the media, it isn't about acting in good faith. It isn't about who is the purest of heart or who has the purest of intentions or even who is the most honest. Because if you can't defend yourself, if you're not fighting and making your case in the public square, if you're not winning, then the rest of it doesn't matter because the perception is what rules the day. So even if Erica and Turning Point are innocent, and even if they genuinely are taking the high road, and even if they're in the right, even if they're right to be aggrieved, none of that matters. If Candace is dominating the conversation, if the perception is that they're hiding something or whatever, you have to be ruthless. You have to win. You have to fight. You have to make the case. And so I look at Erica and I look at the crew, and you could just say this objectively. And you know me, I'm anti-Candace at this point. I think she is a horrible, disgusting human being. I think what she is doing is wicked and selfish and reckless, and I think it's setting us back 5 years, and I think she's a complete idiot, and I think she's wrong. That being said, as an objective outside observer, as somebody that is not directly involved in this, Turning Point is getting their asses kicked. Their performance is poor, and they are losing, and I don't even know that I want them to win.
They're a non-entity,
but I definitely think that Candace needs to be taken down a peg. So I say that as somebody that's in a way sort of rooting for them, in at least on some level rooting for them to defeat some of the allegations. So anyway, so I saw this from Erica Kirk. She comes out crying. And then I see a video from Candace Owens. She jumps on Instagram and she films her big, fat, stupid black head. And she goes,
her fucking
yeah,
fish eyes.
It's about me. They didn't say it's about me, but it's about me. It's about me.
Everything's about Candace.
And I don't know how you look at this person and are not filled with disgust, especially as a man.
For real.
If you're a woman, I get it. I think that women are easily manipulated. And I think that women tend to be suckers for things like this. I don't understand how any man could look at that Instagram video she posted and not be overwhelmed with disgust. She goes live on Instagram or on her story, and she goes, yeah, it's about me. They don't say it's about me, but it's about me, and it's all about me, and it's me, me, me. And she's giddy.
Oh, babe.
She is lit up like one of these Christmas trees. She's lit up. Her expression is bright. They're talking about me, 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 me. It's all about me. She goes, and I'm going to go live, and I'm going to talk about what they said about me. You can read it on her face. She literally could not be happier. She is elated. It is orgasmic. It is orgiastic exuberance that she was directly attacked by Erica Kirk. And you want to know why? Because she knew that when she went live today, Everybody was going to be watching to see the counter. Because that's what this is now. That's what this is. It is a soap opera.
It's this fucking
It is
cat
a big
fight, man.
soap opera. It is a serial.
Dude.
It is a
The fuck
true
did we get
crime
wrapped up
series
in?
where the investigators are now the main characters. That's what this is. And it is a tit for tat every day. Oh, this changes everything. This is going to blow the lid on the conspiracy. Oh, Turning Point responded. Here we go. Now I got to say something. And you look at the thumbnail. The thumbnail of the video, it's Erica off to the side and Candace is looking at her. Oh, well, so smug, so giddy, gleeful.
Fuck Candace
And
Owens.
there's a word for this. It's called narcissistic supply. Narcissistic supply. It doesn't matter what kind of attention it is, positive, negative. It is a black hole of female narcissism. She is elated that she gets
that sucking
to
sound.
once again redirect everything about this conversation to being about her and her crusade and how she's the only one who's doing this because she's the only one with integrity. She's the only one that isn't two-faced in politics. She's the only one. She is the chosen one. That's the narrative now.
Two-faced.
I watched her show last week. She's talking about her time with Charlie and how they used to laugh and have fun. She goes, and we didn't understand politics. She goes, I don't understand politics. I don't understand being two-faced and dishonest. You know, I'm not like
You're
that.
a fucking woman.
And it's
you
like,
say
do you
some
hear
bullshit
yourself?
like
Every
that?
show, it's like, I'm just the best. I'm a good person. I, me, mine. I, me, mine. It's all me. So she does her show. And
We'll see her
Candace
get her
responds to
comeuppance
Erica
one day,
Kirk,
though.
and she jumps in. And Candace rips Erica Kirk to pieces. And honestly, she said a lot of, I don't know if she stole my talking points, but she did say a lot of things about Erica Kirk that are true. She said, you know, here's the thing. Erica is not a grieving widow, or she's not just a grieving widow. Candace says she's also the chairman of Turning Point USA. She said, and when your organization is being attacked, you can't weaponize the compassion or sympathy over your dead husband for your entire portfolio of companies now. Your husband got shot and killed. You're obviously grieving as the widow, but now you've stepped up as the chairman of a multi-million dollar group.
Situation.
It's an umbrella group. There's many properties. And what, now
Yeah.
we can't critique or attack those things because you're a widow?
Fuck
She goes, that
that.
doesn't work. Now, here's what I have to say about that. While that is true, and that's something that I said, because I said something similar about Erica Kirk. I said, we don't really know who she
Like
is.
Israel.
She's being
They're
asked if
fucking
she'll
country,
endorse
but because
J.D.
of the
Vance.
Holocaust, get the fuck
I
outta
don't
here.
know what her endorsement means. We don't know who she is. So what I said at the beginning of this whole saga is that I'm sort of skeptical of her. I don't know who she is. And it seems like they're grooming her to be a political figure. I said, and that
I don't like it. She's
that
fake as
warrants
shit.
scrutiny. She doesn't deserve scrutiny because of how she grieves or whether she cries or whether she carries the handkerchief. She deserves scrutiny if she's going to be elevated to become now a national political figure, which it seems like she is. There are these choreographed, orchestrated
Surely hope not.
breakout moments that she's being given, and that's where it seems like it's going. But here's the difference. What
Giving her a
Candace Owens
national
is doing
platform.
day in and day out, week after week, is she is directly attacking everybody with no evidence. She said that Tyler Boyer is a gay pedophile with no evidence, no receipts, no names, no text messages, nothing.
Just shit she drew from her own
And she's saying the
inferences.
same
Ipsa
about Turning
dixit
Point.
like
She's
that.
saying Turning Point killed their best friend because they failed an audit. There's no evidence. There's no proof. There's no proof of any of that. Because Charlie launched an initiative, a Doge-style initiative to audit where they can make the organization more efficient. She extrapolated that into there's some sort of money laundering scheme. And so Charlie was killed to cover it up. It's like, this is the kind of stuff that she's saying every day. And with no evidence. Erica Kirk comes out and says, you know, this is really irresponsible. You're attacking these people. They're human beings. That's not cool. And then what Candace responds to this, she says, well, you're telling me I can't criticize you? And there's like a very subtle bait and switch.
Targets.
And this is why I think conspiracy theories are done. I really believe that I'm very bearish now on conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
Because of
Candace
this.
is going to put them to bed.
Candace Owens is single-handedly setting conspiracy theories back 2 or 3 years, 5 years. And I'll tell you why. She is doing a very dishonest bait and switch where she goes on her show and every day attacks private people. Some public people, some private people, and she does it with little or no evidence. And those people then want to sue her for defamation, or those people forcefully respond and they say, this is really irresponsible. This is not true. This is hurtful. This is reckless. This is divisive. And then she comes on the show the next day and says, they are telling us that we can't ask questions.
Yeah, like we're all...
And those are very different things. I'm sorry, who is saying that we can't ask questions? Nobody is saying that. As a matter of fact, they're saying the opposite. The FBI director, Kash Patel, actually came out and literally addressed all the questions. He said, I hear you, and I'm not defending him. I think he's an idiot and he botched the whole investigation and he should be fired. But on the claim that, no, they're telling us we can't ask questions, who has said that and when did they say it? When did anyone say that? Let me tell you what has been said about this. One of the prosecutors, one of the U.S. attorneys, or I forget, maybe it was law enforcement, came out shortly after the assassination and he said in a press conference, he said, I know you have a lot of questions. He said, but my job is to protect the Fifth and Sixth Amendment rights of the defendant. And what are those rights? A right to a fair trial with a jury of your peers.
True.
He said, I know you have questions. He said, I can't give you all the information because the defendant has rights also. Someone has been charged. Someone is in custody. That person has rights to a fair trial. To achieve a fair trial, they need an untainted jury pool. That means they need to find a dozen people in the state of Utah that don't believe that Tyler is guilty or that don't believe that it's some grand conspiracy. They need an untainted jury pool. So what the state actually said is, your questions are valid. I am constrained by the Constitution. Unfortunately, I cannot answer them. No one said you can't ask questions. Kash Patel, in fairness, put out on Twitter, he said, I know there are questions about the bullet trajectory, about a second shooter, about these visual artifacts, about blah, blah, blah. He listed all those things. He said, and rest assured, we're going to investigate them. Now, whether you think he means what he says or not, that's up to you to decide. Like I said, I don't like Kash Patel. I'm not defending him. I think he botched this. He's done a terrible job. But at no point did Kash Patel say, you can't ask questions, and neither did Turning Point. Blake Neff went live last Wednesday and said, we're going to address everything like this. He gave specific examples. He said, we're going to address everything formally next week. So at no point has anybody said, you can't ask questions. And no one's even in a position to enforce that anyway. What people are saying is you need to be more responsible with the information that you put out. That's the problem.
When you're a top podcast.
And this is the central issue with all of it. This is where it becomes irrational and cult-like. It's this sort of Mott and Bailey. This woman will go on her show every day and she'll just say the most ridiculous shit with no evidence. It doesn't even make sense. She comes out on her show and says, Charlie Kirk told me in a dream that he was betrayed. And people like myself will take that, okay, you said it on your show, and you're literally using that as evidence. She came out and said, I have visions of beekeepers and Charlie, and I have dreams, and I pulled my kids out of school because of it. She thinks her dreams contain information that is relevant to the investigation. Her dreams that take place in an atemporal space inside of her mind. And a serious person will take that and say, that's not evidence. That's ridiculous. And then they will reply and say, well, what? We can't ask questions? So you're defending the FBI? Every single time. Every time. Because I've covered this off and on for like 3 months. They'll put something out, for example, like the palm pistol. Remember that? Remember they said there was a palm pistol? He was shot from behind? Remember that, or did everybody forget? For like 2 months, they said Charlie was shot from behind. He was shot from the side. He was shot with a palm pistol, or he was shot from a different angle.
Candace has thrown
that wasn't true.
Everything against
Candace
the
said
wall
that she saw the record, and it said that indeed, the wound we saw was an entry wound, not an exit wound. So that eliminates the possibility of a palm pistol or a shooter situated on the staircase behind. But that didn't matter. They just moved on. But if you had said, yeah, no, there's no such thing as a palm pistol. No, he definitely got shot from the front. They would tell you, oh, well, you're carrying water for the FBI. Oh, well, you're telling us we can't ask questions.
For the feds. What a joke.
And this is what you call a Mott and Bailey. They make these arguments in the front, which is there's beekeepers and dreams and maroon shirts and Egyptian planes and Brigitte Macron.
And they can't lose either way.
And if you attack any of that, they will retreat to the fortress and say, well, we're just saying something's off. All we're saying is this. No, that's not all you're saying.
That must mean
you're saying new crazy shit every single day. So you're saying lots of things. And half of it isn't true at all on its face. None of it has evidence. Some of it's speculative, some of it is partial. But you're saying these things every single day with apparently no discernment. The information and the sources are not being vetted. A lot of the times, like I said, it doesn't even make sense. But they flood the zone with all this bullshit. You attack any of it and they retreat to, well, hey, we're just asking questions. All we're saying is that all we're saying is something is off. But that's not all they're saying.
We're just trying to do such.
They're saying that too many people had maroon shirts on in the audience for that to be a coincidence. And maroon is military. So those people were military operatives. And they were there coordinating the hit. That's what you're saying.
Sure.
What you're saying is you were told information in a dream that's relevant to the investigation. What you're saying is that the French government tried to kill you, and the Ukrainians are trying to kill you, and that's what you're saying. And if anybody scrutinizes those wild claims and asks whether there's evidence to back it up, asks what the theory is that unites these things, then they retreat to, well, all we're saying is something's off. If that's all you were saying, no one would have a problem, and we could debate that. If all you're saying is that, if all you're saying is we should be allowed to ask questions, no one would disagree. Where people disagree is all the nonsense about planes and Egypt and France and Ukraine and every other thing that has been included in this. That's the issue.
Real, though?
And it's pernicious. I think this is actually sinister. I saw Tucker Carlson weigh in. He uploaded a 5-minute video. And he said, well, you know, I just love everybody involved. He said, I love Erica, and I love Candace, and I love Turning Point, I love Blake Neff, and I love all these people. He goes, and He goes, I'll never criticize someone that's asking questions. What is the FBI doing? And honestly, that's just cowardice. That is either
Nobody
a
will
criminal
call her
level
out for that bullshit.
of cynicism,
He's Tim
of
Pool,
disregard for the truth, or that is just cowardice. I'm getting really sick of that whole shtick. I watched his 5-minute video and it's like, the FBI is supposed to tell us what's going on. We have every right to believe that the FBI is lying. Really? So we must assume the FBI is lying, but what editorial standard is there for anybody else? Does Candace Owens have an editorial standard? Or can she say literally anything and everything, no matter how false, no matter how reckless, whether there's evidence for it or not? And if she gets it wrong, I guess that doesn't matter. It doesn't count against her, doesn't hurt her credibility. If she's accusing innocent people, that doesn't matter. She's not accountable for that either. I'm getting really tired of this like Mr. Smith goes to Washington shtick from Tucker. Let's just say
This
something about
naive
Tucker. All of Tucker's
bullshit.
friends are in the CIA, okay? His dad ran Voice of America. His best friend, Joe Kent, is a CIA officer. His best friend, J.D. Vance, got $15 million from Peter Thiel, a CIA contractor. Tucker is in favor of Peter Thiel. Peter Thiel is a CIA contractor. Tucker is constantly talking about his friends in the administration, his friends in the CIA, his friends that are in the Pentagon. He's constantly traveling to other countries, meeting with high-level government officials. He's in Saudi Arabia, meeting with the Saudi crown prince. He's in the Emirates, meeting with the crown prince. He's in Qatar.
All these
He
places.
said, I bought a house in Qatar because I'm an American and you can't tell me where I can travel and where I can buy a house. He goes, because I'm an American.
We can
Everybody
decide
knows
not
that's
to
American as
patronize your
apple pie.
fucking-
Everybody knows that what it means to be an American is nobody can tell you that you can't fly to the Doha Forum and buy a house in Qatar.
In the desert.
In the Trucial States. Do you hear yourself? I'm so sick of this Mr. Smith goes to Washington shtick like he's some hapless tourist. And he's constantly insulting our intelligence with all these little quips where he says, oh, I'm too cheap to buy new clothes. You're too cheap to buy new clothes. What are you worth, $50 million? He's acting like he shops at Marshall's, like he shops at JCPenney.
The joke.
Oh, I'm too cheap to buy clothes. You're worth $50 million. What are you talking about? He goes to Turning Point. He goes to Turning Point USA and brings his dog onto the stage.
Dude. Whack.
Now, if he went to the podium and said, oh, I brought my dog, I thought you'd want to meet him, I'd say, sure, I want to see his dog. His dog's cute. But he didn't say that. He got to the podium and said, my wife is out of town. I got stuck with the dog. I had to bring him here. I didn't know what to do with him. You flew there on a private jet and you brought the dog with you.
Get the fuck out of here.
You're worth $50 million. You couldn't have someone else watch the dog? You have a staff of a half dozen people. You couldn't leave the dog with the staff?
Right.
You couldn't leave the dog behind the stage? Are you kidding me?
Like,
no, I'm crazy.
take that shit
Tucker
somewhere
is
else,
just
bro.
He is just a down-to-earth bro who wears flip-flops and likes nicotine.
And flip-flops
And he doesn't even
khakis.
own a TV because that's how chill he is. And he just likes to hunt, and he doesn't like to buy clothes because he's cheap. And, you know, when he buys a house in Qatar, when he's at the Doha Forum interviewing the Crown Prince,
Just like everybody
that's just because
else.
he's like a fucking American, damn it. And
They
then he
try to
goes on these little
wrap the
soliloquies,
flag.
these little monologues where he goes,
Cloak themselves.
you know,
in the flag.
we want the FBI to tell us what's going on. And don't get me wrong, I agree with that. But what's with like this feigned ignorance of the whole situation?
Yeah. Like he doesn't have.
He goes in there, well, the FBI
dirt.
needs to tell us. Why don't you weigh in? Are you going to give an opinion on this, or are you just going to recuse yourself from it forever? I don't like these like calculated games that he's playing. So anyway, I saw that and I was like, dude, this guy's cooked. I don't know what is going on with him and Candace Owens, but it has become clear these people are now detrimental. I think they are both liars.
They're all drunk
of a
on
different
the money,
variety.
man.
And I think that they are both detrimental. And by the way, I don't know what's going on with them in all these foreign countries.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Tucker is saying Russia's our closest ally, and I'm buying a house in Qatar. And Candace Owens is like obsessed with France. Her husband is from the United Kingdom. I don't like all this stuff with foreign countries. Something's not right there. Something is not passing the smell test there.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what's up with
There's
that.
something weird about that.
When Tucker is interviewing Putin and he's in Doha meeting with the crown prince and he's in Saudi Arabia meeting with the crown prince and he's in the Emirates and he's saying Russia's our real closest ally and Russia's unfairly vilified and Russia has shopping carts and Russia has bread and Candace Owens is obsessed with France and hates Ukraine. And Dugin is praising her, and her backer is married to some Kazakh woman, and her other backer is married to some Russian man. I don't like all the foreign stuff either. Anyway, so Tucker weighed in on it. As usual, it is about what you could expect. He didn't give a hard take on it. And that's where that leaves us today. That was their exchange. And I'll give you my take on the whole thing. These are really two sides of the same coin. The reason that Turning Point cannot effectively fight Candace is because they're both doing the same thing. They're both shameless, cynical opportunists. Turning Point is going to call Candace an opportunist. What did Turning Point do when Charlie wasn't even in the ground yet? They held a fucking sold-out rally at a stadium with pyrotechnics and fire and every member of the Trump administration where they sold T-shirts and registered voters, and then they sent out email and text blasts to raise money.
So gross.
And everybody saw Erica Kirk walk on stage in her all-white pantsuit at her husband's funeral.
That is fucked up.
With fireworks going off and posing like this. Everyone saw it. And now these people want to call Candace the grifter. Right. They don't have a leg to stand on.
Oh, man, they don't.
The problem is that they're right. Candace is a grifter, and I think she might be more insidious in a way.
But
who has been a bigger beneficiary of Charlie Kirk's death than Candace Owens?
Nobody.
I don't think there's anybody. Just scroll through her YouTube channel. Before Charlie Kirk died, she would maybe get 1 million views on a show. After Charlie Kirk died, 3, 4, 5 million views every single video, 3, 4, 5 days a week. Do you know how much money she must be making? You know how much money you could make if you can produce 3 videos per month that get 1 million views? Millions of views every day. Super chats every day. I think Candace Owens owes it to the public to tell us just exactly how much money she has collected.
Yeah, because
since Charlie Kirk died. I think that's of public interest, actually.
She's got like a fucking money
How much money has
right
Candace
now.
Owens made from her Google AdSense account starting on September 10th? I want to know. Because how can you go wagging the finger at everybody else that they don't care enough about Charlie, that they're doing it for the wrong reasons, while you sit back and collect probably at least $1 million at this point since September 10th? I think people have a right to know how much money in subscriptions on the website, AdSense on YouTube, which is super chats and ad revenue, how much money in donations for your security while you're at Dollywood, while you're at Tucker's Christmas party. How much money has this bitch made off of Charlie Kirk while she's doing this performance that she's the only one that cares about the truth? No one else cares. Everyone's in on the conspiracy except her.
Yep.
Well, she rakes in the dough, probably to the
Anybody
tune
that
of
says
millions
anything
of
about her
dollars.
grift,
And what do you think that does to a
they're
person?
against Charlie somehow.
Do you think that she's immune from that? Do you think that when she gets her AdSense payout on October 15th or whatever, and $500,000 comes across the finish line, $1 million is deposited into the account, you don't think there's an incentive structure there? You don't think she sees the live viewership and the replay viewership and says, cha-ching, I know what I'm talking about tomorrow. Oh, I think I found a new bombshell report, George.
Like where she's making
that fucking bitch
she's making
and her
shit up.
British husband are laughing all the way to the bank. They are rubbing their hands together and they are laughing all the way to the bank. They watch the premiere on YouTube. They watch a replay. The ad dollars, the super chats, and they say, cha-ching, I know what I'm talking about. Candace Owens says, George, I think I found another bombshell. They're going to love this. And then the next day, the money rolls in. How much money has Candace Owens made standing on the grave of Charlie Kirk?
This is the only line
they weren't
of
even
attack
close
that I've seen
in the final year. Do you
cut
know
any ice about
that in May
Candace.
2024, Charlie Kirk set
dude's
up
got the
an
poison
entirely separate
right here.
website specifically for his Jewish donors, and it contained a disclaimer telling them that Candace Owens has nothing to do with Turning Point. Do you remember this? In May 2024, Charlie Kirk had a separate website created, and the entire website was an open letter to their Jewish donors explaining that they're so pro-Israel, they love Israel, and Candace Owens has nothing to do with Turning Point. She's not going to be at the events, literally throwing her under the bus. They were totally distant. And now that he is dead, she is going to stand on top of his grave, and she is going to pretend like they were the two peas in a pod, like they were closer than ever, so
end.
close that she's the only one that
Like
cares
she got
that he
blood
died.
splattered on
His
her.
wife killed him, his friends killed him, everyone that he actually knew and worked with and talked to killed him, but she, an old distant friend, well, she cares so much, and that's why she needs to make the money.
Yeah.
And it's clear that that's what it's about for her, because every day you
Fucking
go
gross,
live,
man.
she goes live, you watch the show, and she's grinning from ear to ear. She's in her...
Oh, she is elated, man.
She is in her bag. She is dialed in. She's reveling in the whole thing. And she's reveling maybe more than anything that she's at the center of it. Maybe more than the money, it's a narcissistic supply.
Sure.
And I would posit this. Is anybody even talking about Charlie Kirk anymore?
Nope.
I'm not talking about his death. I'm not talking about the bullet. I'm not talking about the
who he was.
assassination. Is anybody even talking about Charlie Kirk anymore? Or is it now all about Candace Owens? Think about it. When Charlie Kirk died, I saw Zoomers like crying because Charlie Kirk died. I was scrolling through TikTok
to death.
and it was
Nobody
one
wants
video after another. Charlie Kirk Q&A, Charlie Kirk interview, Charlie Kirk speech. It was young men and young women that were very conservative, that were Turning Point people, crying, saying, I miss Charlie. I used to listen to his podcast on my way to work because he was dead. And it was about his message as a Christian, his message as an evangelist. And then somewhere along the way, it changed. And now it's all about her. All of it. All the coverage of him and his death, it's all about her and her fight and her struggle and how she's the center of it and she's next and they're trying to kill her and she's the only one telling the truth and she's got another story and she could not be happy. She didn't even care about that. She could not be happier. Even when she memorializes him, she's showing old text messages. Yeah, we were so close. Yeah, he said this to me. Yeah. And I said it before. I said it on the show earlier this week. I've never seen a more black and white, cut and dry example of one person's personal flaws and defects, one person's character defects causing so much harm to society at large.
Good point.
Like I said, because you can look at other people like a Gavin Newsom. You could look at somebody like a Joe Biden.
They're not in our homes.
And you could say they're part of a system.
That bitch is in people.
To the extent that they cause a detriment to society, is it because of their own personal flaws? Or is the detriment reflective of the kinds of incentives that there are in the system? You know, people want to be president. People want to be the top Democrat. They do what they need to do. They say what they need to say. But the things that they produce are not reflective of their own personality. Their own personal flaws and attributes don't actually shape what they're doing. Rather, they are shaped by the system they're a part of. This is entirely different. And what to put it simply, if Candace were not doing this, this would not be happening.
No.
If she were not going live cynically every day exploiting this, it wouldn't be happening. No one else would be doing it. And there would be no hysteria and paranoia over this. People might have some lingering doubts and questions about the assassination. People would be eager to see the case against Tyler Robinson and what the evidence is. People would still be talking about it. But no one would be connecting it to Brigitte Macron. Nobody be taking it there. Nobody be talking about Egyptian planes and maroon shirts. Nobody be motherfucking Erica Kirk and Turning Point USA. This is just her. Like, she's doing that unnecessarily because it feeds her ego and it makes her richer. And it's hurting the country. It's hurting the conversation. It's setting back the credibility of anybody that has ever doubted the FBI, actually, on anything.
Erica Kirk.
Because it's so reckless. And it has to stop. Somebody's going to have to put an end to it. And like I said, I'm going to watch the stream on Monday. And listen, a lot of people don't have the resources or the brain power to do this. If Turning Point is not successful, I'm going to put it together and I am going to blow a gaping fucking hole in her credibility that she will not recover from.
Hell yeah.
I will tell her entire story that nobody knows.
Fuck yeah.
Her spook-ass, weird husband. I'll tell the story about her donor, who is a Scientologist. I'll tell the story about Rebecca Mercer. I'll tell the story about how she was suing people for racism and doxing conservatives. We'll tell the whole story. We will blow a giant hole in her credibility that she will never be able to put back together because this has to stop. It's ridiculous.
And
a whole country is being held hostage by this ridiculous black narcissist.
To knock her off her little
this
bitch-ass
idiot.
pedestal.
And that's what she is. It's a shame. You know, I really admire Tim Pool. He's really, there's no love lost between me and Tim Pool. But I admire how Tim Pool stood up to her. That being said, he goes, oh, she's a genius. He had her flying henchman, the gay pedophile, on the week before.
Yeah,
and Tim Pool says, she's a genius. She's not a genius. She's a fucking idiot. And everybody needs to be clear about that. Let's just drop the pretense. She is not genius. She's not even smart. She is a fucking idiot.
Shameless.
The only thing that she knows how to do instinctually is manipulate. That's it. Today she said Erica Kirk needs to compartmentalize her business and her personal life. But she didn't say compartmentalize. She said compartmentalize. Compartmentalize.
Golly.
Compartmentalize. Erica Kirk is going to bury the story because she can't compartmentalize. Shit, she can't compartmentalize. She can't compartmentalization. She can't compartmentalize and all that. She can compartmentalize that. She's a fucking idiot.
She is.
I've never seen a stupider person have a bigger platform. Honest to God. I mean, say what you want about Tucker. He's no dummy. He may be dishonest, but he's no dummy. And say what you want about a lot of these people. They're smarter than you give them credit for. This person's a fucking retard. And a malicious, she's just a sick person. So it has to stop. Anyway, I'll stop my rant about it, but she's driving it to this point, and I'm going to have to be the Dark Knight here.
Is fucking reveling.
It's sort of funny. All these conservatives that were trashing me and hating on me, now they're counting on me.
Dude,
Now they're counting on me to take her down.
like I said,
Erica couldn't do it. Blake Neff couldn't do it.
people want to see.
I can.
her brought
And they know
down.
that. So a lot of them are cheering me on. They're saying, I hate Nick. I don't agree with Nick, but he's right on this. Because I'm a true believer. I'm a true believer, and I know what I'm talking
People
about.
like to see someone
anyway.
rise to the top.
So that's where we are with the whole
as an
conspiracy.
underdog, and then watch
It's
them be
really,
thrown
and
down.
here's what I really hate about it. At the end of the day, there's no integrity.
None.
There's
It's
absolutely no integrity. What I strive to do on the show
He
more
does,
than anything
actually.
else is tell the truth. I'm pro truth. That numbskull Ian Carroll said, you're on this side and we're on this side. I'm on the side of the truth.
Right.
I go where the truth is. The truth leads and I follow. I'm not, he goes, you're vulnerable. People don't like what you're saying. You're with these people and we're over here. Do you think this is a team sport? I don't got a fucking jersey on, pal.
Nice.
I didn't sign a contract. I go where the truth leads. And what led me to believe in my convictions about the Jews and Israel, it's because that's where the truth is. What led me to my conviction in the Catholic Church, that's where the truth led me. What led me to my conviction about race realism, it's where the truth led me. That's why people say all the time, well, a broken clock. I'm liberal, but I'm agreeing with him. I can't really figure him out. What's this guy's deal? It's because I go where the truth leads. And what I hate about this situation is the complete disregard. There's no regard for the truth. There's no intellectual integrity. For example, a lot of ballistics experts have come out in the past few days and they have said that the big theory, really the only evidence that has been provided, is that a .30-06 caliber bullet should have left an exit wound or transformed Charlie Kirk into a pink mist. Because this big bullet didn't blow up Charlie Kirk's head, it had to have been a handgun or a smaller caliber bullet. That's what they say. Well, ballistics experts have come out and they have said that this depends on a lot of different variables. The distance, the angle, the quality of the ammunition, what kind of ammunition it was.
Made from China.
And they say it's perfectly plausible. Not necessarily, but it is plausible that depending upon these different factors, a bullet could have penetrated the skin and either broken into two pieces, or it could have angled down. They call that yaw. It could have angled down. It could have changed direction. They say that a lot of different things could have happened, and it is possible that the bullet lodged in Charlie Kirk's vertebrae. This is a perfect example.
That's what happened, but
and you have real ballistics experts saying this. You have people that are ammunition experts, ballistic experts. They are saying it's not comparable when you shoot a ground beef versus when you're shooting a human being. They're different. Ian Carroll says, well, we're not saying it's impossible that happened. We're saying it's astronomically unlikely. Really? Because then somebody found the tweet from October where Ian Carroll said it's impossible that the bullet could have done that.
Yeah. Makes a fucking...
Do you see? So in October, he says, a bullet could not do that. It is literally impossible. This is airtight, concrete proof. It is impossible. There's no other explanation. Had to have been shot by some other round. That was October. December, ballistics experts come out and dispute it. Well, we never said it was impossible. We said it's astronomically unlikely. Okay, so which is it? First of all, you did say that. First of all, you built your whole case on that. You built your whole case. First of all, you're a complete amateur. You have no expertise. You don't know what you're talking about. You're not an expert. You're not a physicist. You don't know.
Hey, man.
And you built your whole case on this assumption, sloppy amateurish work. You said, well, big bullet didn't leave a big hole. That's impossible. It must be fake. You built your whole case on that.
How stupid.
An actual expert weighs in and disagrees. And then it turns into, oh, well, we never said that. We said it was astronomically unlikely. Really? Did you calculate the odds? Really? Did you simulate it? How did you do that? Did you use software? Did you do the experiment 10,000 times?
Or do you just have
And then
a
did you
feeling?
measure how many times? How do you know it's astronomically unlikely? And how did it go from impossible to astronomically unlikely?
There goes your credibility.
Or are you just saying
douchebag.
shit?
Yeah.
Pizza delivery boy. He goes, it's a 1,000-yard gun. It's a 1,000-meter gun. What's a 1,000-meter gun? You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You didn't know what the fuck you're talking about then. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about now. And you can't even keep track of your own narrative because you don't have one. You
Damn.
said it was impossible. Now you said, I never said it was impossible. You did. But you don't even remember what you said because the story changes every day and you're making it up as you go along because you don't give a shit about the truth
It's
at all.
clicks, man.
It's like you said,
the
this is
money.
about sides. For you, this is about who is saying what and what ideological side they're on.
We're not with the feds.
This is about Israel.
Slop
Well, not
narrative.
necessarily.
Stupid.
Not necessarily.
This
You
is
have to
fucking
prove that, actually.
caveman.
You have to demonstrate that with evidence. Show me the real evidence, not circumstantial evidence,
Don't
which
play
is
on my
not real
emotions.
evidence.
My bad.
Not things that look shady, not things that seem off. No, where's the real evidence? But they don't care. That's the bottom line. They don't care. And people like that, I think, are useless. People like
Scumbags,
that are
man.
trash. We don't need people that exist to reinforce ideological lines. I'm not interested in that.
Or that are more interested.
I'm saying me as a
in
human being,
grifting.
as a person. I don't need someone who doesn't care about the truth to make a YouTube video to feed me slop to reinforce the ideological line and say, well, we're the anti-Israel people, so we need an anti-Israel narrative, so we're going to fill up a loot crate full of bullshit to justify it because that's the side we're on. I don't know what that's doing for anybody. Certainly it's not
It's
doing
making money
anything for
for
me.
them.
I'm interested in what's real. I'm interested in what's true. Tell me what's true. Don't reaffirm my preconceived ideas. That's what they've been saying. Oh, well, Israel killed everybody else, so what? That's the gambler's fallacy. That means nothing. Anyway. So that is what bothers me about it. And it's going to set all of us back because when you have people out there that are saying, you know, well, hey, we're just asking questions. You're telling us we can't. The next time something happens, like let's say there's a real false flag. Here's my concern. Let me be very explicit. There is a real possibility that there will be a false flag in the near future. Israel wants a war with Iran. Israel wants a war with Lebanon.
Nobody's thinking of this.
Who knows? There could be a real false flag in the United States. And I've been saying that for a long time. If or when that happens, there's going to be a need for independent journalists.
people
There's
that
going to be a
trust
need
them.
for citizen journalists to investigate and leave no stone unturned. And we might need to, it might sound convoluted when it happens. What do you think this is doing to the prospect that we could prove that in the future? When you have something like this, and again, people are going live on YouTube and saying, I was told in a dream that the maroon shirt beekeepers and Brigitte Macron killed Charlie Kirk to cover up money, but also for Israel, but also, how do you think that's going to go? That's why you have to maintain credibility. That is what is important. What is important is telling the truth. Because you're going to need it. It's going to come in handy the next time.
Eventually.
When there's actually a conspiracy, when you actually have something on the line. And this is doing irreparable harm whenever that day arrives. I don't know what exactly the point of killing Charlie Kirk would even be right now. What has actually even changed? They say there's this grand conspiracy to kill him. Really? What has changed? After 9/11, we went to war with like 20 countries. So that warrants an investigation. After JFK was assassinated, Israel got the bomb and we started giving them all this military aid. So, maybe we could point to that. Charlie Kirk died, and what exactly has happened? If it was supposed to be some false flag, why wouldn't they blame it on a Palestinian?
Right.
If this is some Israel false flag, why wouldn't they blame it on some Muslim? Wouldn't that be so much better for them? If it was some Iranian or some Palestinian saying, this is for supporting Israel, this is for denying the genocide. Why would their patsy be a white kid? How does that even make sense? Going with the theory that this is some grand conspiracy, their patsy that they're foisting the blame onto is a white male hicklib, a former Trump supporter, a gun nut. Does that even make sense? Why would the Trump administration and the Trump FBI and the pro-Trump Turning Point, why would they choose a white male as a patsy?
It is kind of odd.
Why would they not choose a Palestinian? Why would they not choose an Iranian? Why would they not choose a black person for that matter? Why would they not choose why would they not choose the boyfriend? If they have their pick of the litter at Patsy's, why wouldn't they pick the transgender boyfriend so they could blame it on DEI or something, on woke LGBT? For a conspiracy, this is pretty sloppy work here. So let's see. They shot Charlie with the wrong caliber bullet and planted a rifle in the woods. Oopsie, I hope no one notices that it's a small bullet and a big gun. Then, as their patsy, they chose a white male hicklib former Trump supporter? Why'd they do that?
Their enemy.
It doesn't even make any sense. So that's that. I'm so beside myself with the whole thing. And I wish that it's kind of amazing because I said that about the gun yesterday. I said, why would they plant a rifle in the woods if they shot him with a handgun? And I saw people say, yeah, that's a good point. Am I literally the first one to think of that? But this is what I'm talking about. Nobody is effectively fighting back against this because nobody is addressing it head on. Everybody's afraid of the conspiracy theorists. I'm not. I am one. And that's the thing. The country's being held hostage by nut jobs, and everyone feels the need to placate their paranoia. Everyone feels the need to placate people that are saying, Hitler fought the Soviet Union to free them from the Jewish Holodomor. People are going around and saying Trump was secretly the president for the last 15 years. And nobody will address it head on because they're intimidated and afraid of the nuts. And somebody just needs to make the case and say, this is ridiculous. You're dumb.
Yeah.
And I see a lot of people bringing it back to my original point. Bullshit. I see a lot of people making it about everything else. Oh, boo-hoo. Oh, you're attacking these poor innocent people. Oh, Erica's a widow. Oh, you're, whatever. Just rip apart the arguments. Call her dumb. She's saying dreams are evidence. She's saying she had visions. What is she, That's So Raven?
That shit's weird.
There's a clip going around. She said, I've been having these visions. I've been having dreams all year. I pulled my kids out of school. What is she, That's So Raven now? Chelsea, I just had a vision. You are not That's So Raven. You are not a soothsayer.
She's special, though.
You are a stupid bitch. I clocked her when I met her.
Yeah, I clocked her when she was
But nobody's going to say that. So listen, this is my message. I don't even really necessarily love these people. I've had beef with them in the past, but you know what? Politics makes strange bedfellows. Here's my advice to Benny Johnson, to Jack Posobiec, to Blake Neff, to all these people at Turning Point. Just call her dumb. Just punch her in her stupid, big, fat face. Metaphorically, not literally.
Yeah, them fucking
punch her in her
eyes.
Big, fat nose. Give her a bloody nose. Expose her for what she is. Bring the facts.
Charlatan.
Just be raw, be explicit, be hardcore. Just do it. Drop the hammer. And I feel like only Turning Point can do that. I'll do it if they can't. But I feel like they're the ones that got to do it. They got to go to war and they got to win. You can't pick your battles sometimes. Sometimes war comes to your doorstep and you got to answer the door.
Right? Or your kids get fucking
I know
skinned
something
alive,
about that.
You know, kind of thing.
Sometimes war comes to your doorstep. You got to crack the door open.
Right? They need to
Sometimes
start
shit's
calling her to the carpet.
got to go down. You got to win.
It's going to be dog eat dog.
So anyway, that's that. We're going to move on. We'll have to take a look at our super chats. We're out of time, I think. So we'll take a look. We'll see what you guys have to say about that. That's my position on the whole thing. It's really sick because you get into all these, like, it becomes somewhat technical because the problem is, I'll tell you the real problem. The problem is a lot of people actually are not capable of critical thinking. And this is something that actually, in order to respond to it, you need to engage in critical thinking. You need to think about it analytically, which most people cannot do. People mostly engage in heuristic thinking, a rules-based way of thinking.
They just follow the way they
And so
feel.
their heuristic thinking is like, in other words, they're trying to fit round pegs in round holes, square pegs in square holes. They're trying to find patterns. And they're trying to fit events into a previously understood pattern. And sometimes something comes across the desk where it doesn't neatly fit, and you actually have to engage with it in a critical way. You have to think deeply about it. And so here's what I'm talking about, for example. It's like I said earlier. They'll say something ridiculous, and you counter it, and they say, well, now you're carrying water for the FBI.
Dude.
So think about it this way.
For calling out
Candace
your
Owens
dumb
says something.
assumptions.
You can agree with it, and you're a truth teller, you're a crusader, you're on the side of the truth, whatever. But if you find an error, literally, if you just find that there's something wrong with what she's saying, if you disagree with it, if you're skeptical, they'll say, well, that's the official narrative. So there's two narratives. There's Candace's narrative and there's the FBI narrative, and that's it. And if you're not agreeing with Candace, then you're with the FBI, and the FBI is always, we assume there's a conspiracy. What does that tell us? It tells us that if you are not with Candace, you're with the FBI, and the FBI is wrong because there's a conspiracy. But even if Candace is wrong, if you point it out, they say, well, you're part of the conspiracy. So it's all this like self-affirming loop. It's this impossible feedback loop. She says something. Is it true?
Feedback loop.
She's right and she's a truth teller. Is it false? Well, the only reason she got it wrong is because they're feeding her bad information. So she's actually, in a way, right. The only reason she got it wrong is because people are pointing out it's wrong, and that's because they're paid to do so. It shows that she's right.
Yeah.
Are you saying she's wrong? That's because you're in on it. You're being paid. That shows she's right.
Why do you care unless you're in on it?
So when she says something, it forks. If it's true, if it's false, it doesn't matter. It always tends towards she's right. According to this sick logic.
Either she's right or you're...
If she's right, she's right. If she's wrong, it's because she's being fed information because she's on the right track. If she's wrong, the only reason you're pointing it out is because you want to hurt her credibility because she's directionally on the right track. It's true. If she's wrong, the only reason you're bringing it up or fixated on it or debating it is because you're part of the conspiracy, which she is exposing because she's... Do you understand? And that's why I said on my show the other night, I go, you can't even argue with these people because
the ultimate
that's what it turns into.
Was in on it and doing this. I mean,
and
truly.
So like, for example, with Ian Carroll, he calls me a Fed. I say, why are you calling me a Fed? I disagree with you. He won't engage with it. He says, well, you need to look at the evidence. You're not looking at the evidence.
Agree with us.
So some ballistics experts weighed in. They said, yeah, your whole theory about the bullet, it isn't true. So Ian Carroll says, where did you come from all of a sudden? Weird, you're interested in this. Look at the evidence. Okay, the evidence is flawed. You're only saying that because you're part of the conspiracy.
Right.
And it goes around and around and around like that. And that's like the definition of psychosis. I'm not with that at all.
They're making money.
So
that's what it is.
Anyway, that's that. We're going to move on. We are actually going to move on now. We'll get into the super chats. This is like such a weird, it's such a dark and a strange saga.
This whole time.
It feels bad. It feels bad when you engage with it. Something about it feels spiritually poisonous because it's regressive. It's, you know, it's claiming to be enlightened, but it's the opposite. It's like this weird mob mentality where these people have deputized themselves. They believe there's this conspiracy, which there is no evidence for, but which they imagine they will find any day.
They just keep dragging
There's a siege mentality. Anyone that's disagreeing with them is fighting them. And it's one of these like... It's like an actual cult-like mentality, and it's disturbing, and it's dark, and it's fucked up, and it's weird. And
it kind of makes you wonder.
I want it to be over now. I'm ready for it to be over. So anyway, that's that. We're going to move on. We'll take a look at our super chats. We'll see what you have to say. Excuse me about it. A big reason it's pissing me off is because so many people are saying, oh, you're in on it. You got the check. And that's so typical. When I'm saying the stuff that people like, they go, oh, yeah, he's a truth teller. Yeah. We'll die for you. Protect this man at all costs. I start saying something you disagree with. Oh, I guess he's afraid.
Slop.
I guess he took the check. Fuck you. Cheers. That's the part that really makes me lose it.
Yeah, go fuck yours. Those.
You know, Candace Owens was at Daily Wire and Turning Point USA. She's still on YouTube, by the way. And she's the martyr. I had people try to kill me in my house.
All she's done is monkey brain.
I actually got put on a no-fly list. I actually got censored for 10 years. I never got a paycheck from these people.
Man.
And the minute you disagree, it's, oh, now you're one of them.
Whoever
oh, okay.
Anybody.
And what did you? You got red pill 10 minutes ago? That's
ladder.
Ian Carroll. Ian Carroll says you ruined 107 friendships. Yeah, see, if you weren't an absolute fucking idiot that rolled in here 2 years ago, you would know it's 109. Fucktard. Isn't that sort of the whole point, you stupid ignoramus? This hippie rolled up from Burning Man or wherever. He stopped defending Eric Prince and RFK Jr. for 2 seconds to tell us that I got kicked out of 107 friendships. Well, you know, if you lurked more, if you spent a little more time in the space, you know, it's 109 actually. But the reason you don't know that is because you're stupid and you got red-pilled yesterday. And now you want to tell everybody how it is. That's the difference between you and me, buddy. The guy wasn't even saying it was Jews. 6 months ago, he was saying it's Zionists. Jews are fine. It's Zionists. Oh, but now he knows that Israel killed Charlie Kirk. Yeah, okay, bro. And you could see it in his eyes. All these people, they got fucked up eyes. Doyle's cross-eyed, Milo's cross-eyed, Ian Carroll's cross-eyed. Eyes are the window to the soul. I tell Ian Carroll, look me in the eye when you say that, but I wouldn't be able to achieve that. He wouldn't be able to do it. Look me in the eye, both eyes. Ian, when you call me a Fed, look me in the eye. No, both eyes. Look at me with both eyes. He's got one eye on me. He's got one eye on the fractals. One eye on me, one eye on the clockwork elves. I don't know.
You can get that shit fixed.
He's right, though. When we come out on the other side of it, I will gladly tip him $5 when he delivers my Domino pizza. 30 minutes or less, Ian. 30 minutes or less. Where's my pan-style extra large cheese pizza? He's right. I'm sure we'll meet again. Honestly, he should have just stuck to that. It suits his personality. This is not for you. Politics is for smart people. You want to go and be a pizza delivery guy, you know, that I think you're much better suited. Ian Carroll would be much happier as a chill pizza delivery guy, driving around some,
Smoking weed, driving around
a compact with the Domino's logo on top of the car. Hey, dude. Yeah, it's $25.50.
Hey,
Thanks
man.
for the tip, bro. Like that doesn't Ian Carroll fit so much better in that vignette than doing this?
Fuck yeah, he does.
But that's the problem. We deputize pizza delivery drivers and every other fucking numbskull with a Twitter account. Now they all think they're fighting the Illuminati or something. It doesn't work.
It's pretty ridiculous.
Low IQ anti-Semitism, one. Elite human capital is retreating to the cathedral.
Low IQ.
We need the elite human capital. And that's not it. So anyway, we're going to move on. We're going to take a look at the super chats. We'll see what you guys have to say. All right, dude, here's your pizza. It's going to be $26.35. Thanks. Thanks for the tip, bruh. See, that's so much more his speed. Just stick to that, buddy. We stick with what we're good at. You know, or I imagine he would be a good artist, or he'd be good at snowboarding, or maybe he'd just like to go out in nature. Maybe he'd just like to go out in nature,
Look at
bro.
fucking Nick.
Or whatever you people do. I don't know. Anyway. So that's that. Let's take a look. We'll see what we got in the super chats.
Wow, the fucking
Marchand Gator sent $20. So real anger over Candace claims but won't touch evidence from SEAL team members or Ian's 2 hours breakdown. You don't even like Pusa, so why do their damage control? If Candace is just spouting BS, we'll know and she will naturally hang herself, but you and others having spur gouts. Looks like you're trying to protect some entity.
See, this is, so you have a woman's name. I assume you're a woman. None of this is an argument. None of this is argumentation. Maybe you're on your period or something like Candace.
I hate that
But
one.
saying feels like, that's all of this.
It is.
Looks like you're trying to protect somebody. It feels like you're doing their damage control. None of that is
They
argumentation.
sound like fucking Zionists with that bullshit.
I'm more critical of Turning Point USA than anybody, and I have been. Candace Owens used to work for Turning Point. As a matter of fact, up until months ago, she was still on their roster. What are you talking about? But it's always this irrational, anyone that disagrees, oh, you're protecting somebody. Oh, you're with the FBI. Candace is hanging her credibility. You're just not paying attention. She didn't know what UTC stood for. She thought it meant Utah time. She got the time wrong. She said an Egyptian military plane is following around Charlie Kirk. An Egyptian military plane landed in Provo the day 2 weeks leading up to it and left shortly after he was killed. She got the time zone wrong because she thought it meant Utah time.
How fucking stupid.
That's not hanging her credibility.
How fucking dumb.
She went live and said, Charlie told me information in a dream that I will not share with you yet. That's not hanging her credibility. She said she's been having visions all year of beekeepers.
Like everybody's in this.
She said that when she got a tip from some guy saw somebody in Mexico who has the same last name as Blake Neff. And Candace said, this feels right. This feels like I'm... That's not evidence.
This is some Zoroastrian.
And Ian Carroll's 2-hour video, I'm sorry, what's the evidence? Somebody shot a block of ground beef with a gun from 100 feet away? That's not evidence. What's the evidence? Charlie Kirk vented in a group chat and said, I think I'm finally done with the Israel lobby. He said that right before he interviewed Ben Shapiro and then talked to his rabbi and then worked on his book about the Jewish Sabbath.
Yeah,
okay,
bro,
just so you understand.
This book that just came out.
And they did that a month after he said I was vermin and anti-Semitism is demonic and needs to be destroyed and he won't even platform it.
Because he was sucking.
That's your evidence? That's not evidence. But you wouldn't know about that because you're a woman. So you watch a soap opera with the stupid bitch who says, I feel like, it just feels like I think I have a vision, I had a dream.
How can you go to someone like that?
So you can fuck off.
Tyler Brandt sent $25. Heard your death penalty take last night. Thoughts? If we don't execute criminals, when we lose power, the communists will release them back on the streets. Lifetime imprisonment is too expensive and...
Is there more?
Problem solved sent $30. Whoever moderates and mutes people in the $100 per month club is not based. I got muted today. The people then voted for me to be unmuted and I wasn't. I didn't say anything retarded. Sending this is Goyslop, but search my name if you want to see who the moderator.
Okay, take it up with the support ticket.
Onel Alberto sent $30. It genuinely pains me to see the smear campaign on your name and our movement. Love you, man.
Thank you. I
Bobby Roy
appreciate
sent
it.
$20. I've been listening to you and agreeing with mostly everything for so long that I was surprised to disagree so strongly about the death penalty. But anyways, great job on Piers, my nigga. We needed a hostile debate again. His wife's Instagram is crazy.
Shit was fire. Fire.
I'm so glad I don't do this show for any of you, because if I did, I would have quit a long time ago. I've been listening to you and agreeing with mostly everything for so long, I was surprised to disagree about the death penalty. So your expectation is we're going to agree on literally everything?
Huh.
What is wrong with you?
People, they think the world.
Why say something like that? Yes, I know this is hard to believe. Yeah, not everyone's going to agree on literally everything, okay?
I think
Wanda sent $20. He and Carol most likely got into this game for vanity and sex. Look at his Insta, all selfie videos from the same slightly down inside facing angle, the ostentatious, faux messy, overproduced hairstyles and mustache. Dumb metrosexual preener. In another life he runs a travel vlog channel while trying to get laid in Japan.
It's true, he's a complete idiot. Let's just be honest. I got into this because I'm a political nerd. I got into this when I was 12.
It's a wonk,
okay,
for sure.
I got into politics when I was 12, and I read Free to Choose by Milton Friedman. And I did Model UN. It was the only thing I cared about in high school.
Wow.
And I was reading Basic Economics by Thomas Sowell and Paradoxes of Power by Stephen Kotkin in study hall. And Jewish World Review and Charles Krauthammer and Judge Napolitano,
the fucking
and
old
Brett Stevens and George Will and all the I live it. I breathe it. It's my life. I'm a political nerd.
The dude was bad
and these other people get into it
man.
when the iron is hot. They strike when the iron's hot. Suddenly everyone gets red pilled, and now I'm a conspiracy YouTuber. And you know what? Conspiracy content has become a genre. It's become almost like a human interest genre.
You can hear it.
Where conspiracy in and of itself is the ideology. So like me, I am a nationalist.
Conspiracy show.
I believe in European Christian civilization. I want to prioritize our identity. Yeah. I believe in industrial policy. I think that productive capacity is the foundation of military power, which guarantees economic prosperity. I believe that a country has to have an identity that is bound up in race and religion. Okay, so I have like ideas about how the world works. I have ideas about the relationship between man and the state. I have ideas about all these things. Then you have people that come in, and to them, conspiracy theories, it's like a version of true crime.
Oh, wow.
It's a serial. It's a soap opera. Just like how you have true crime where they say,
gossip,
you know, in a small town in Bethesda, Maryland, blah, 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 blah. And they tell, and everyone goes, ooh.
How spooky.
And they were roommates. They did what? It was the father? You know, like that's true crime. That's entertainment. That's a serial. That's a soap opera. Conspiracy content has become a genre like that, where people go, you get stupid bitches that say, I love a good conspiracy.
Oh my
What's the craziest conspiracy you believe in? I don't think the moon landing was real. I'm like really into conspiracies. It's like a new thing. And there's nothing profound there. There's nothing thoughtful, insightful. There's not a worldview there.
It doesn't.
There are no ideas there.
Yeah, it takes.
It is
no
just
thought.
another
You don't
human
have to
interest
learn
story.
anything.
You'll never guess what Red Lobster is doing. Chipotle is shrinking the size of their bowls. Like, this is the kind of content. What's next for Ian Carroll after the Red Lobster conspiracy?
If that isn't slop, I don't know what.
The Burger
is.
King royal family is covering up a secret sex ring. Ronald McDonald and the Hamburglar embezzled the toys from the play place. What's next?
Right.
Wendy cheated on her husband with Bill Clinton. What's next in the conspiracy content pipeline? What else you got?
McDonald's.
That's all it is for these people. So you get some fucking stupid hippie from Burning Man who is just gutted about what's happening in Gaza.
Yeah, who caught fucking herpes there. I'm sure.
He's like AJ
say
Soprano, and then he
everybody
gets into
catches it there.
conspiracy. Hey, guys, you're never going to believe the next conspiracy. Hey, guys, you're never going to believe the next conspiracy, dude. And that's what it is. So anyway.
You know, that the reason why I can't focus on conspiracy theories, it's like video games.
Bobby Roy percent $20.
It's a fucking
Ian,
waste of time.
Nick, why'd you call me a fat Ian? This is bigger than you.
Like,
Genuine
it's
turbo
not
retard.
Extreme
I'm not
retard.
Stan sent
learning
$20.
anything,
Knowing Milo
not
was doing
for
Adderall, staying up
sure
48 hours
anyway.
straight, grinding his jaw, sifting through your entire past is crazy. Can't thank you for putting up with the buffoonery you have to deal with enough.
You know, I like some slop every now and
I don't really
again,
have to
but
put up with that because it's
usually
I don't know, it's some
food.
loser over there complaining about me. There's a lot of them actually that
Not-
do that, so
Not brown people food, white people.
it's not that unique or
CIC Jen sent
exceptional.
$100. Academic agent from his wife's shed did a great kayfabe breakdown of your destruction of Piers Morgan. We love AA and his wife's shed.
Thank you for the big super chat. We do love AA. We love Academic Agent again. You know, I was mad at him when everyone was calling me a Zionist because I didn't automatically assume Charlie was killed by Israel. He commented and said, curious, which I didn't like. But you know what? I forgive him. I like Academic Agent. He's pretty solid. So thank you for the big super chat. He's got great
It's
content.
spelled Roy percent
Can't deny
$20.
it.
Piers got to it first, but I think it's an interesting question.
You know,
What
Nick
would you do
is
if the
one
Pope
of these
denounced you?
people
Pro se?
where
Would you continue to
if you
profess
can't
Catholicism?
beat
What if
him,
Cupich condemns you or orders his
get
priests to deny you communion?
wiped
You
out,
expressed hostility to the
pretty
SSPX
much.
in the past, but would you go there?
I mean, I think
I don't know what I would
Candace
do. I would remain
may be
Catholic.
the only
Thomas
one
Cruz sent
that
$100.
was, like,
Candace attacks you in an interview. Groyper W turns her
hostile
psychotic.
with
Piers
him.
attacks you. Groyper W turns him psychotic.
But
Tucker dodged
he
a bullet
has
Lamau.
just
Very true.
laid
Thank you for the
so
big
many of
super
these
chat.
people
I
low.
appreciate
Mohammed
it.
Zarok sent $25.
Yeah.
Hey Nick,
Yeah,
hey
very
Nick.
true.
X 1984 times. Stuttering. I am 39 years old. I'm low SD. I am married. Have 3 kids. What books do I get my kids to read so they can learn the economic state of the world? Can you, a 27 years old man, tell me what I should do to help my own kids? Seriously, what
Low
the hell?
SDI.
Smiley face emoji. Anyways, I support you, brother.
Okay.
Second wave Roy percent $20. Nick Caves to Big Fatty. Lists 2 XL shirts for sale on his merch site. Will the AF revolution be conquered by the sheer inertia of the morbidly obese super chatter lobby? Pitch Puller sent $100. God bless you. Jesus Christ is Lord.
Thank you for the big super
Julian
chat.
sent
I
$20. I
appreciate
didn't
it.
appreciate Piers put down the video game and go get laid. Stance. I don't think he understood the power when you said your DMs are filled with women, with probably way more traffic than his wife's
Yeah.
Instagram DMs, which is saying something.
damn.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
Banger.
see how it's relevant. People are so
It's not
relevant
relevant.
by my sex life
You
or
know,
my
Charlie
lack of a
Kirk
sex
was
life.
still single
And
when he was 27.
you know,
that's how psychotic that is.
how
for
I
them to
express
bust
my
his chops
sexuality.
about it.
Okay, that sounds really gay, but
I mean, has anybody stopped and asked themselves?
you know,
when
that's
did
actually
Charlie
just
get
having to
married?
do with me as a person.
I mean, you know,
And
before we fucking pile on this guy,
you know,
for
you
his
get
life
that
shit.
from Piers more. Oh, well, you need to get laid. You haven't had sex.
Like,
and
go
and
fuck
that's
yourself.
where everybody goes.
How well
And,
did that work out for
it's
you,
so
old
telling
man?
that you get that from liberals, right? That just goes to show how much liberals actually hate human beings. Because liberals are always out there saying,
I fucking hate him.
you know, you can do whatever you want and don't shame anybody and blah, blah, blah. And then somebody like myself, I mean, I'm a very atypical person. I don't make any bones about that. I am an atypical person. I am a weird guy. I am a bit of a freak.
He owns every bit
And,
of himself, really.
And I don't pretend not to be.
Yeah.
I could go and get a girlfriend and get married and I could be above suspicion
Yeah.
of anything and everything that
But
I'm accused
fuck
of on that
everybody.
front.
I'm not doing what they want. I'm doing what I want.
But I am who I am, and I'm authentic and everything, and I'm open about
That's
my
what makes
thoughts
him
on that,
different.
my personal deal. You know, I would like to get married, but I don't really want to. You know, all that sort of stuff. And you say that, and liberals are the first one to jump down your throat and engage in then the sexual humiliation.
And they'll even call you gay.
Oh, he can't
after
even
they
get laid.
defend a
And so
gay
it's like,
man.
well, which is it? Which is it?
That
So
you
are
call
you
gay.
guys in favor of people should be able to live their lives how they
But
want,
if a
and we should be free
19-year-old should
thinkers
date a
and
17-year-old
you know all
girl,
that kind of stuff? Or whenever, and it just goes to show, everybody fundamentally believes exactly the same thing about all this stuff. It's instinctual, it's biological. They will always fall back on emasculating.
Yeah, look at you,
shame.
virgin.
They always fall back on those kinds of
That's
things.
when you know they've
and it's very
lost.
telling. And I know that that's a cope. I know that sounds like a
telling.
cope, but it's true. And so It just so happens that Piers Morgan is even more pathetic. You know, people might say, you're a 27-year-old virgin. Isn't that pathetic? I suppose it is.
Feminine? I think
but it doesn't help that it's Piers
feminine.
Morgan pressing that, and his wife is going around on Instagram. I guess I lucked out that he's a cuck. So you can say, yeah, okay, 27-year-old virgin. Yeah, I know, I'm a freak. But then you're being lectured by a 65-year-old boomer whose wife is publicly humiliating him on Instagram, saying that she's going to go and suck every guy's dick in London, you know? So I guess I got bailed out. I guess I got a little bit of a, I guess I got that layup. I guess that was free for me.
Juice sent $20. Have you seen that Shannon Sharp, NFL, had Ocho Cinco on his show and they said Jew slurs are strangely not used in movies and that Jews own everything if you peel the layers back?
As they
it's
say,
mainstream
like
now.
Napoleon once said.
Yeah, that was last week.
Neophyte 1 sent $30. Nick, I really want to thank you. My whole
about
life I was raised to be a
promoting
generic person with colorblind sight.
Yes,
you helped me
yes,
realize
I
my
know
identity in
he's,
people. I've chosen my own side and I'm leveling up in
but
grad
is he
school to make the grow
lucky?
for fists stronger. Heil to you, brother.
Napoleon
Love to hear
knew
it,
the
thank you.
value
House
of
sent
luck.
$50. Dude, I just watched the Piers Morgan interview today. I was laughing so much at how old you made him seem. You can tell on his face he was fuming, and because of that he tried to insult you and shame you, which ended up making him look so pathetic. He really thought you would be ashamed of yourself. LOL, love you, man. Generational run forever.
Thank you, man. I
Cuckold
appreciate
Grower
it.
sent $30. Cuckolds for Fuentes.
There is
Well,
something
let's
to
not.
be
Let's go
said
Schmoke sent
Make
about
that a
$29.
thing.
Tucker on Theovan said if I was an anti-Semite I might be the #1 podcast. Seems like a dig at you, again, as well as an admission to the noticing. Interesting.
I don't think that's a dig.
Bring back the ding sent $20. Still no ding? Me mom was killed by Mao and her last words were bring back the ding Nick. Mary 1SD84 sent $20. Great expose yesterday. It seems that Trump negotiated a deal to allow 600,000 Chinese spies to enter our universities in exchange to further consolidate the Jewish-Israel oligarchy. America last.
Yep, very
A drunk
true.
6,969 sent $100. Candace Owens is manifesting what Sam Hyde said about weaponizing black schizophrenia.
You're right. Thank you for the big super chat.
Jade Strong before 41
Very
sent
true.
$25. Me mom was Eiffel Towered by Hitler and Stalin while me dad watched. Hashtag America first. Hashtag Christie. Big Zig 22 sent $20. Have you seen this cuck Rabbi Shmuley begging for money on Facebook and ads to help fight his legal case against another Jew that's suing him? The jokes literally write themselves lol.
I didn't. He's too much of a lol. I don't even like talking about him. He's too much of a ridiculous
David
person.
Benzo official sent $20. Grinch Cheddar goes hard. Nick, is it just me, or is there suddenly a ton of Jew merch everywhere? People were pushing free Palestine, now markets flooded with Jewry. Genuinely disgusted. America first.
I have no idea what you're talking about. There is Jew merch everywhere. What are you talking about? Where are you seeing Jew merch? What is Jew merch?
Right.
Help me understand, what is Jew merch and where are you seeing that? I don't see any Jew merch.
Joseph Standard sent $50. Hey Nick, great work against that snarky, overtly malicious boomer on Monday. What's your go-to Italian beef? Chicago dog spot. I will judge you by your answer.
Oh my gosh,
Shut
fuck
the
you.
fuck up. Get out of here.
I'm not telling you my spot because I don't want to see you faggots there.
Candace's show, you jerk off.
You think I want to? First of all, I don't want to put any of you on. You're all Philistines. You know nothing. Second of all, I don't want to go and see you people there. I don't want to help you.
Yeah, as if he would want to bump into one of those.
What's your go-to beef spot? Shut the fuck up and fuck
Open
off.
Door
and go
1235
away
sent
from
$20.
me.
Speaker Mike Johnson did the happy merchant when asked about Jasmine Crockett running for Senate in Texas. He lets his true self slip when excited. Symbolism will be their
Oh my
downfall.
gosh.
Bro Hyper Dad 18 sent $20. Holy shit, Pierre's wife since as crazy Mr. Suds was nuts. You weren't joking. Merry Christmas. You've been killing it. Keep it up. Steven Crowder is our dingo. Now wonder what he's going to say tomorrow.
Thanks.
Milton Cromwell sent $100. Nick, would you take Erica Kirk for your wife to unite the right and save our nation?
Thank you for the
Sons
big
88
super
sent $20.
chat.
Keep the change, you filthy animal. Handshake emoji.
Okay.
Mazro Wowie sent
Boomer
$20.
department.
Press F to pay respect to Nick Fuentes and the Grow Hypers. Leftist Grow Hyper sent $20. Hear me out. A third party like Andrew Yang's forward. You can still be a rep or a dem even. You just have to sign on to a free America platform. No dual citizenship. End to all foreign lobbying, etc. The party takes no position on culture war, economy, etc. Secure U.S. sovereignty. After that, dissolve it. Fight the rest.
Sounds like a good idea, but that would never work in practice.
JB Crusader X sent $25. Can you comment on the black guy ice skating that knocked down a little
that
boy?
dude,
I don't think he did it on purpose.
Mark
They both came into
Levin,
each other's
what a
path. The guy put his hands on him so they
fucking
would not hit, and then they fell and he didn't
Calling
take his hands off down. He covered the boy's head so he wouldn't hit his head on the ice.
I didn't see that, so I don't know what you're talking
Third World
about.
Grower sent $20. I heard
Just
Holly Jolly
fucking
Christmas while I was shopping and I
hurry
couldn't
up
stop
and
laughing.
blow
All I could think
away
about was me mom not being jolly during the Holly Oy. Man of the Year 2025 goes to you, sir. Merry Christmas. Soul Stealer 82 sent $20. Candace is insane, but in the gunsmith, and you need a full shop setup to disassemble a Mauser. Official narrative is BS but can be chalked up to a moron investigator. Piers is a cuck. Christ is king.
He didn't disassemble the gun.
Beer Bandit 26 sent $20. Love the show. Thanks Nick. Stay safe. God bless. R0N sent $20. What are your thoughts on the bill proposed by Thomas Massey that said we should withdraw from NATO?
I don't support withdrawing from NATO. I like NATO.
Black Void sent $25. So I got kicked from the $100 a month club. How do I get back in? Also, I was trying to pitch to you the idea of female America First followers to do eugenics so betas follow them the incels and Wonton Farmer sent $20. Can you explain the Hail Mary to Protestants? My friends keep saying as Catholics pray to Mary, but I believe we just hold her in reverence.
You don't want me to do it for you. You're telling me to explain it to other people.
Lexington
Google
Steel sent
it.
$200. Midterms fast approaching. What is the best way to apply pressure to government? Top 3 political threats who need to lose their seat? Who would you like to interview? As a CDN, even I want to fight for America.
Oh God! Thank you for the big super chat. I love when you really get your money's worth with all that. Best way to apply pressure to the government. You cannot apply pressure to the government. Stupid question. What are you going to do to the government?
For real.
What could you possibly do to the government? Nothing.
Can't really do anything to
top
it.
3 political threats who need to lose their seat. That's a meaningless question. Who would you like to interview? Nobody. As a CDN, I want to fight for America. I don't know what that is. Thank you for the big super chat. I appreciate it.
Just finished reading David Finkelstein's book on the Holly. I can say I was truly moved. There was a highly descriptive first-person recount about 50 pages long of Hitler raping his mom. Really powerful. Okay. Coligo sent $20. Nick, I went into credit card debt because of you, JK, but seriously, Bello Beekeepers, Banana, and Merry Christmas. Luke sent $35. Candace is actually schizo. Also, Amir Odom now has 2 good YouTube videos about you. I think he was friends with Kirk and connected to Turning Point in some way. Have you ever been to North Carolina? Thoughts on it as a state?
Such an Oprah.
I saw that. It was a good video. I like him. I like Amir. He's funny. I watched his video about my Piers Morgan interview. It was really good. Very funny. Seems like a really nice guy.
Any female,
I've never been to North Carolina.
Female or black person.
No thoughts on
Little white nigga going hard as fuck sent $25. The GOP have deployed Tuck and Candy as bait. They are and always have been boy shepherds. They want to lump you in with indefensible Kirk theories and diversions. I support your mission to destroy the GOP. I will work on making liberals a little less gay. Friendly America first competition. Don't ever change. Love the show.
So they come over
here. JJJ sent $24. Finkelstein's mom and dad. My lampshade.
White
forever.
People just
Love at 10 p.m. CT sent $20. Amir Odom has been on fire lately. He just dropped another video on you reacting to the Piers interview.
Got some color, melanin in their
Crowder,
skin.
the most unlikely people have, so far, turned out to be the realest ones.
Yeah, for real,
Praying for you daily,
people with integrity. People with integrity.
Yeah.
How about Brett Cooper, huh? Brett Cooper is on fire.
Amir Odom.
She goes, I don't know if he likes me. He hates me. He loves me. I love Brett Cooper. I love Brett Cooper. I think she's great. I think she's terrific. I take back what I said. Here's the thing, though. I did hate her wedding. That's just a taste. That's a matter of taste.
Yeah,
I did hate the cowboy hat and the rustic modern farmhouse vibes. Chicago, I really, that's like waving a red flag in front of a bull. Like I had to attack that. It's like those videos of the turtle. You ever see those videos of the tortoise and they put a white shoe in front of him and he doesn't react? You put a black shoe in front of him and he starts hitting it with his head. That's like me with a wedding like that. So I had to do it, but no, but she's excellent. She's great. Very surprisingly on point. Brett. I guess I'm a Brett head.
The,
I'm a Cooper.
Gossipy
I'm a Cooper head.
High school girl thing.
But anyway, yeah. Amir, very solid video.
Edward Slayer sent $20. Is Squirt really just
a few pretty good videos.
Irate Iranian sent $20. Pierce sits in the cut chair on immigration.
Calling out the bullshit like, yo.
What is wrong with you? He sits in the cut chair on immigration. Like what?
Low IQ.
What? What are you? Why? Pierce is a cuck, and he's cucked on immigration. He's in the cuck chair on immigration. What are you talking about, man? Some of the stuff you guys say, I'm just like, you guys are seriously retarded.
Horseshoe Theory Optimist sent $50. How many mums died in the Holly? 6 to 7 million.
Okay. Think we got it. I think we got it. Think we've exhausted the potential on that. Beating a dead horse much? Think we're
Real
good.
Squirrel sent $20. Not to sound like a fag, but these Christmas carols you're playing in the pre-show really bring me back to when I was in elementary school. Made me shed a tear.
Right, the Elvis and
Ryan sent $20. Kulinski doing 2 videos a day on yours truly now.
Dope.
On you?
Backyard Abortion sent $100. One of the few to crack Piers Morgan. Is his wife next?
Yeah, thank you for the big super chat. Definitely.
$20. Israel JD Vance Milo all rat years. Uses lies manipulation and has others fight for them. Are favored by the world. Enemy year in 2026 year of the horse.
I like how Israel, we're looking at the creation of the state of Israel and its zodiac. Israel was born in 1948, year of the rat. Does that work that way? I don't know.
Sent $20. Hey Nick, had a civil war in my group chat with Roy per buddies. These Nikas watched Ian's video and started chimping out. Banana emoji. No wonder you get so pissed at the low IQ takes.
I don't need them. They're dead
Charlie
to
Sheen
me.
sent $30. At the risk of sounding like a broken record, well done on Piers. Funny, sharp, stood on business. Epic. Thoughts on James Fishback?
Still have no thoughts on him.
Sent $25.
Still have no thoughts on that. I don't know. He seems cool. He said that I'm a patriot, which I appreciated, but I haven't done enough research. I don't know that I want to weigh in. It might hurt him. But I'll have to take a look, and I'll let you know, okay? When I figure it out, I'll let you know.
Sent $25. Nasty. Bet you won't get nasty with me, hot wife, and let me watch you 2 through a peephole in it, mate. Cheers.
Yeah,
Desi
that's
99
crazy.
cent $20. I grew up on Jordan Peterson, and I really look up to him for opening my eyes to Christ. I've heard you say a few times as well as other people that there's some problems with him. I don't know what.
There's some
I don't know what you're talking about.
Wisconsin $30. Can't wait for the debate of Candace and Pusa moderated by Barry Weiss. Absolute much watch. NC Grower $20. Hey Nick, I'm almost on day 30 of NoFap and I'm trying to. Gray Army sent $30. Hey Nick, if you had the chance to debate the Goblin Leprechaun, Rabbi Shmuley, would you debate him? MC Hammer 88 sent $20. I heard you on Piers. By your own admission, you are racist, a woman hater, a Jew hater. You are trans/xenophobic. I just can't bring myself to listen to your show any longer. Sorry, but good luck.
All right.
Roy Maxon sent $35. Callie Ryan is your wife. Christ with Callie. She is the glory pet queen literally made to be with you. She's retarded, wants babies and bakes cookies. And she's not ugly either. Why don't you go for her, Nick? We are 1 Corinthians sent $25. There's 2 types of America First watchers, the goers and the grow wipers. Tomahawk 48 sent $20. Candace be like your mom and dad were killed by Hitler and Stalin. Interesting. Then how are you here? Pat Roy 1 cent $20. Favorite burger toppings? Personally, I love a good Swiss, melted Swiss cheese and mushrooms, roasted mushrooms, and caramelized onion. Based Scottsdale grow wiper sent $20. Undercover at the gym. Who are we kidding? My brother, the hoodie is on the way and you know I stay repping in the gym. Mary Wang.
Mary Wang
Billy Rebel sent $20. Candace Owens now claims she has proof the gray aliens were involved in Charlie Kirk's assassination. It feels like today will be the day that the government can no longer deny it. Charlie Kirk was assassinated and the Zay Reticuli were involved. Blake Powell 1 cent $20. Making a new rumble after outing myself. You love the crude humor, so here it goes, you fuckface retard. I stay up at night wide eyes thinking about how much your movement means. No glaze, walking angel. Rang Fryot sent $30. I know you enjoy the fact that the United States is accountable to the people, but can we believe in democracy when the going are all unthinking cattle? Can they be trusted with the vote? Who can be? Jet Baldwin sent $40. Ape out of the year contender in my opinion. Zach 2323 sent $20. My friend Matt says you're a fed. Tell him he's gay and retarded. Jamma 10101 sent $20. Nick Fuentes the kind of guy to get you laughing hysterically and then pull his pants down and give you vigorous backshots till he's finished then. Patrick Henry 007 sent $21. Love the show and appreciate your work. The author of Culture of Critique was on Joel Webb a few Wednesdays ago and praised your work.
Oh, really?
Some shit like that. It's like, bro,
I appreciate
that is
that.
so gay.
From Kevin McDonald.
Joanna Crusader sent $100. Just want to thank you for helping me quit THC. At my work, every white compliments the AF hat even if they don't know you. Very few whites because BlackRock is the majority shareholder.
Wow.
AF Wang.
Thank you for the big super chat. Glad to hear it.
$20. I had to break my boycott of the Candace Owens network to watch What a Woman Is by Tim. Documentary of the year. The women must be converted. Her channel probably makes the most sense to air it on. Privately, I Swallow Locum sent $20. At least all the E-drama isn't on Cozy now. It's pretty peaceful over here. Germanic Crusader sent $20. Any plans to do a Dan Bilzerian collab?
Not at the moment.
Jeremy Wallace sent $20. Piers Morgan will always have more selfies with Ghislaine Maxwell than you. Reno Vincenzo sent $100.
Thank you for the big super chat. I appreciate it.
Jeremy Dyer sent $50. Getting really sick and tired of all these fucking low IQ idiots calling you a fed when all you've done has been consistent and quite literally the opposite of what a fed is. Love the new merch too. Only the real ones stick with you. Fuck everyone else.
Very true.
GDS sent $100. You said the key to demographics is that whites maintain some form of majority. If this position were to become policy, what percent is the necessary majority whites need to maintain? In Cali, I've seen as little as 20% Mexican or Indian collectives destroy the culture and social capital.
They don't
Their
want
nepotism
any
and pride is
part
fucking
of
dead.
it.
Bitch, you chose me, not vice versa.
Trying to drag them in by saying they're the enemy.
It's not scientific like that, okay? What percent? 61%. Thank you for the big super chat. That's just the absolute wrong question and the wrong way to look at it entirely. It doesn't, we can't control it. We just need to stop the influx of people and try to arrest it as much as possible. That's the whole point.
Dex Crew sent $25. The Candace Owens, Ian Carroll mind slop seems to be a calculated, coordinated op or whatever it is, to keep division among the people because they're afraid of your power to unite us all against organized Jewry.
Yeah,
I don't trust them. I don't trust it. The truth will always prevail. America fist.
Or
America
they're
only.
just dumb.
Christ is king.
Or they're just, maybe not everything. Conspiracy is a conspiracy to stop other conspiracy. Maybe they're just dumb.
Overkey Ken Fuhrer Piers Morgan sent $20. Nick, it's Morgan.
Like
having second thoughts about how I treated you, I'd like to invite you to watch my wife cut me out to some 4'2" mixed race. Bigger 1857 sent $100. Nick, it's really not that hard to see that Brigitte is connecting with all the companies and the Frankists.
Yeah, thank you for the big super chat.
Really enjoying the Christmas vibe and pre-show Christmas music. Would love a Christmas music playlist if the interns aren't too busy.
Oh my gosh.
Have a great Christmas.
I mean,
there's like 100 Christmas songs.
when you think about things like that half of everybody
would appreciate
is
a Christmas.
Average, it's
How
like,
many Christmas songs even are there? I wish I had a job where I didn't have to deal with you people at all. We got to get to the point. I need a billionaire to give me enough money that I never have to interact with any of you ever again. That's just where this needs to go.
Get out of here. You still would.
Would love a Christmas playlist. Yeah, let me get right on that. Really? It's on the fucking radio, stupid. It's on Spotify. It's on Pandora. Pick one.
Him to pick it.
You need me to make a Christmas playlist for you? What else do you need? Do you need me to make your grocery list? What is wrong with you? Totally insane.
64 cent $20. Pusa is going to fumble the bag. Can't wait to see you bitch slap Candace on the 15th. Thoughts on Massey trying to pull out of NATO? Congrats. What's 2025 cent $20? Nick, I hear you on the Candace shit for the most part. but you can listen to literally any military guy, or if you knew anything about guns. That was not an
Oh
entry
my
level.
gosh.
Let me know for sure.
Jesus, this fucking dude.
gosh.
Joe, if you sent $20. Hello, Nick. Huge fan. I have a kind of a personal question for you, so I hope you are not offended. Have you ever been affected by depression, and how would you recommend overcoming it? Thank you.
I don't think so. I don't know. I've never been diagnosed with depression, so I have no idea what to tell you about that.
Get a doctor.
So I don't know. I don't know that I subscribe to that. I don't have a therapist. I don't have anybody that I see. So I've never been diagnosed with that. I don't feel like I have depression or that I have had depression, but who knows? But life is pretty depressing. Life is pretty depressing, and you just have to keep living it as much as you can.
Indeed.
And that's really
Nazism, not globalism. Sent $20.
That's all there is to
Hitler
it.
is cool, and the Nazis, Germans, were much less evil than the Allies.
grind.
World Jewry, before, during, after World War II.
That's
Fuck cancel
idiotic.
culture. Nationalism, not. What's 2025 cent $20? Like bro, YouTube at RN.30.06 shooting videos. It goes through to a metal. You think Cuck's neck is magic? Get FK Unreal. I tweeted it, but cope about this all you want, but you're ignorant. Have this.
Okay.
OG Naughty Ninja sent $20. Do us temporarily unemployed bums all a favor and tell Leafy he should start streaming again. McLaren Fatigue sent $30. Candace is effectively working to exonerate Tyler Robinson at this point. Never once heard or even casually entertained that the main suspect could be Charlie's killer.
True, very
Connie
true.
sent $50. Hey Nick,
Right.
22 yo American Jewish girl. Did a DNA test. 5th great grandma is a Rothschild. World domination plans are in the family GC. The budget just got lost in the family with the lampshades. But once I get it, I'll let you look into all the records less. Adam
Right.
Ewood 6,000
Can't
sent
wait.
$25. Hey Nick,
For you.
I've been chomping at the bits to ask this question for a while. Where do you get your ideas for the show? Adolf Nignog sent $20. At 1:27 and 15 seconds of the Tucker Theo episode, Tucker runs cover for Netanyahu and World Jewry. Guy's a sociopathic spook.
Really? What did he say? He said a lot of funny stuff on Theo Von. He said, I'm not racist because the most American people are blacks. He said, I was like, yeah, good point.
Yeah, that makes you
Let's
not a
see.
racist.
Let me pull that one
you
up.
judge all the black. Bro, it's just the flip side.
What is it now?
They're the most
127.15.
patriotic, but who dies the most in the
Like
wars?
rage, like what am I?
Volunteers and die.
Pull
I
it
mean,
up.
by far,
War
white
brother.
man.
But we have to fight with the weapons that apply to the battlefields in which we're engaged. And the most important ones are the social media. And the most important purchase that is going on right now is class.
Somebody said buy followers. How hilarious is that, dude? That's the best.
TikTok. TikTok, number one. And I hope it goes through because it can be consequential.
Imagine saying that.
What-
It's like,
imagine-
what is that? Why did he say that, do you think? Why did he just confirm every crazed anti-Semitic conspiracy
Right.
online? Jews control everything. And there's literally the prime minister of Israel being like, yes, we control everything. Why would he say something? Well, first of all, he, like Barry Weiss, is kind of
That is
stupid,
suspect.
clever,
Or suspect.
ruthless, but stupid, not creative at all. There's that. But there's a deeper reason, because he's trying to inspire hatred. He's trying to inspire hatred. Yes, we control everything. And I'm not falling for it. I'm not going to be a hater. I don't care what they do.
Well, I mean, we're being
Dude. can't
I don't
even
care
believe you
what
just
they do.
tried
I'm
that
never going to
fucking-
subscribe to the theory that they bought the
that
media. Okay,
bullshit
but they
reverse
did.
psychology.
But they did do that.
Right? And
He's
he's okay
rallying
with
the
it.
troops. That's crazy.
Like, I'm not
Film
going to hate
721
these
sent
people.
$20.
They can
Looking into
kill
Sheriff Adam
everybody
King, who's
on
in
the
charge of
planet.
Charles Johnson
I'm
still
not
being
going
in
to
prison.
hate him.
I
I
saw
Regrettably
that.
indicted
refuse
for
to
witness
give
retaliation, sexual harassment, and aggravated perjury. WTF is up here.
Something's up there. Something is up
Joe
there
Doyle
for
96
real.
sent $20. What's 2025 is fucking retard. I can't tell you never picked up a rifle in her life. I was in the army for 8 years and have knowledge on ballistics. His head wouldn't blow off.
Oh my
It's not a tank round retard. Menaseco 1 cent
That's
$20.
funny.
The JFK patsy was a white guy, you Muppet Nick. Wake up, okay?
Oh,
Warren
great
Peace sent
point.
$20.
Great
Can we make an exception on
counterpoint.
free speech for Candace Owens? Padded cell now. SBSX 974 sent $20. She is Aaron Yeager, bro. Baldurin sent $20. Retards like Kian and Candace picked a side and are now too deep to back down lest they look like complete idiots forever. No matter how much evidence is presented to the contrary in the future, they will dismiss it forever. They have to. As you said, this divide will serve nothing other than being an IQ filter. CC Red 95 sent $35. I was fucking dying at Candace Owens. Is that so raving with her dreams and visions? Lol. That got me good. Makepo Wetrabe said again sent $100. Goat Nick. Grateful for your work and talent. Humble question. You convinced us against peers, but did you win his audience? Fully matrixed. Future waves will need more explaining. So Plaza forgets.
Thank you for the big
SBSX
super
974
chat.
sent $20.
Appreciate it.
Honestly, this feels like when you pick your teammate and the last two are Laura Loomer and Candace Owens, and we ended up with Owens. Cheeseburger Actual sent $50. How much persuasion / influence do you feel like you've reached in service members?
I don't
Rachel
know.
Longboy sent
hang on
$20.
to that
Love the show.
like a life
Genuine question.
preserver.
Don't you think it's
No.
hypocritical to say Candace only talks about Charlie when she's been a main subject of yours? She's baiting on the hate and gaining more kooks.
No, I don't think that's accurate at all. Look through my Rumble channel for the past 3 months. Look through my Rumble channel. It's been about Venezuela, Epstein, Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Issues.
It's been about Larry Ellison. It's been about
everything
the
but
Generational
Candace.
Run, the Heritage Foundation, Tucker Carlson. Her show is, every single episode is about Charlie Kirk since September 10th. Every single episode.
And that's kind of a good contrast.
Nice try, though. Another female.
Don't trust anyone sent $50. Your expo shows part 1 and 2 against Tucker and the history of these organizations and influence. I really wanted part 3 that brings us to present day and covers the new media. Seems super relevant still given everything and just great content. Generational Run 2025. Close it with part 3. The trilogy is epic as Star Wars. God bless Nick. Sure,
Might
sent
have to do
$35.
it.
Has anyone asked Candace where she was when Charlie was shot? I had a dream she was involved. Nope sent $125. Apple's silicon chips such as A19, while manufactured by DSMC, are actually designed by the R&D facilities in Herzliya, Israel. They employ Unit 8200 spies such as Noah Gore and Nir Shketi. With control over Apple's chip design and iOS source code, Israel continues to be able to infect any iPhone with Pegasus spyware. Does anyone think this is a good idea?
No. Thank you for the big super chat. Good
Mailman
point.
P sent $30. Jews have been kicked out of 109 countries. Nick has been kicked out of 109 friendships. Coincidence? Matthew Robert Payne sent $20. So many people have so much to say about you. I love the way how self-confident that you are. I lost the little respect that I had for the shock jock peers Morgan after your interview. Your patience, humility, and listening skills paid off again. Your humor was off the charts.
Thank
Bless
you very
mate.
much. I
Broken
appreciate
Shirt 320
it.
sent $20. As I said, I don't like Candace. I am fully a USA emoji, Palestinian territories emoji, plumber, red heart emoji, Ursho. I'm a simple guy. I open Insta and hit like button on anything and Tizzy P tick lol. NVR voted but it vote AF. Genocide is happening.
Let's go.
The Pussy AM sent $20. W super chat me my brother watching this. He's all the way in Mongolia RN. When are we starting the rebellion? When do Iraqs become not just terrorism but revolutionary? Roy Poole sent $20. Nick is the divorced dad telling his kids about his crazy ex-wife the 1 day per month he has custody. SSG Sharp sent $20. Can we get some me mum merch going? Maybe. America first for me mum. Enjoying the show. Figuman 1 sent $20. Hey Nick, did you know that in the Catholic Church women didn't have the right to vote in internal bishops' meetings until Pope Francis recently granted some, not all, women voting rights in the synod? Singraph sent $25. Gotta love our cross-eyed niggas going retarded as fuck. My favorite is the director of the FBI. It went hard as fuck when he announced to the public that Tyler sent a full confession to his boyfriend and left fingerprints on the gun he hid in his pants to drop across the street. All before a jury could be put together.
I love that. Yeah, it's totally surprising that an amateur would do all those things. Right. I'm surprised that the 21-year-old wasn't more professional in his operation. It's totally shocking.
$100. Considering pretrial protective order, I'm afraid PUSA will be quite limited in effective defense against Candace's systemic yeast infection of bullshit. You will have to end it yourself, Nick. Enough already. There's no time for this soap opera.
So true. Thank you for the big super
Jacobus
chat.
sent $20. Have you seen that psychic mediums using spirit boxes have confirmed that Israel killed Charlie?
Yeah, I'm convinced
One
now.
sent $20. Wise men say forgiveness is divine, but never pay full price for late pizza. Spartan Groy per 117 sent $25. Calculated the 45 videos based off views Candace has made since Charlie's death. It is roughly over $700,000. Probably much more. She is made of milking Charlie's death. What a true good friend she is in his British Black Pillar sent $20. You're laughing? Me mum died in the Holly and me does a bar of soap and you're laughing? Cold Leftover sent $20. No. You still don't get it, Nick. There was no bullet. His neck just did that. Udilitas 11 sent $50. Hey Syrian apostate. You betrayed your people / God and now the white Christians reject you. Lesson? No one likes ass kisser. Torches and Fire sent $300. Working on becoming elite human capital. Thank you for everything you're doing.
Hey, well, good luck. Thank you for the huge super chat. I appreciate it. That's what we need. We need everybody to become elite human
Rosencrantz
capital.
22 sent $20. When you do your stream with Richard Spencer, can you ask him where I can get a good Swiss cheese and mushroom burger? I would. Sly Crisscross sent $20. Me mom sucked on Hitler's lolly and died in the Holly. ATX Patriot 87 sent $20. What's the rarest / best Pokemon card you've ever pulled?
I don't fuck with
Dars
that
2222 sent $20. Ian, let me get a boneless pizza with 6 million wings. George Date sent $20. Would you think of making a reading list or a list of books you like for your members or something?
Nope.
Marsha S. Kier sent
Absolutely
$20.
not. You can't read.
Marsha S.
It would be no value to you because you people can barely even read. I don't think you could even understand it.
Marsha S. Kier sent $20. Don't you use circumstantial evidence when discussing JFK and 9/11 and Israel's role, which you call definitive? In fact, you use circumstance as evidence tonight. We shouldn't doubt the FBI. After all the times we've been given reason, they ultimately have the burden of proof, not the people poking holes.
Everything other than, well, what about 9/11? It's not about 9/11. It's not about JFK. It's about this. And there's no evidence.
Not only that.
We shouldn't doubt. I never said we shouldn't doubt the FBI. Once again, back to the
1857
cult.
sent $100. You ever think about doing something more political like running or helping certain politicians camp? Pose a discharge 63 sent $20. What do you think about the Jews going to Thailand? Now there's a war between Thai and Cambodia. Larry Silverstein is a piece of shit devil cunt sent $20. What's good, Nick? People hating on you because you're not in a relationship. They can go FK themselves and they're all proud bro. But the reason why you're who you are is because you invested in yourself by not fucking with these women and pursued your dreams into politics and now you're the motherfucking man because of it. Tony Soprano sent $20. Are you still watching the show House? It's such a great show. You and Candace remind me of Dr. House and Cuddy. Also, would love to see you and Brad Gribbig Roy Cooper collab sometime. Drukeki sent $20. Thank you for leading this movement. I hope you're taking care of yourself. Be safe and stay sane. Verminology sent $20. Sorry if you've answered this already, but what's your favorite Kanye / Ye 3 album run?
3 album run? Probably Dark Twisted Fantasy Yeezus, Life of Pablo would have to be. I think that's the best. But
really likes Kanye.
yeah, because after Life of Pablo, you get Ye and Jesus is King and Kids See Ghosts. And I would be tempted to say like Donda 2, but then you get Vultures 2, Cuck. I really like Donda 2, but I didn't love Donda as much, and I didn't love Vultures. So yeah, so I'd probably have to say that.
Wang 47 cent $20. Knock knock. Who's there? Me mom.
Or he
oh,
loves,
you know what? Oh, I don't know though. Graduation, Dark Twisted Fantasies. No, probably Dark Twisted Fantasy, Yeezus, Life of Pablo. It's tough though, leaving out Graduation. Or no, I'm sorry. Graduation, and then it's 808s, right? Late registration, college dropout, late registration, graduation, 808s, Dark Twisted Fantasies. Yeah, so Dark Twisted Fantasy to Pablo.
Wang 47 cent $20. Knock knock. Who's there? Me mom. Me mom. Emerald sent $25. Thoughts on the new extremist list Pam Bondi and Trump admin are putting together? Divine Dante sent $25. Candace, show me the crime, and I'll show you all the men. Nick Fan sent $20. Zerka says those who have clean rooms have low IQ. Clean room or messy room?
Very messy. I wish it was clean, but it's
Luther
very
Pill
messy.
sent $25. Merry Christmas, man. May Smythe sent $20. I admire your conviction, Nick. Cozy ice skating date downtown sometime? With hot chocolate and all. Red heart emoji. Ice skate
crazy.
emoji. Ice skate emoji.
See, that's the thing. This is what I don't understand about you people. And you tell me if this is a me problem, because I'm aware that might be the case. As a guy, I do not see myself doing these. I saw a clip from Clavicular, and he said it. I don't know if he saw it from my stream, because I said the same thing the other day. He said, all the effort it takes to sleep with a woman, you got to go on dates, you got to go dinners, coffees, texting, gesture maxing, and even you have to do these events. Like what you just said has zero appeal to me. The idea that I'm going to get in my car, pick up my girlfriend, drive into the city in fucking traffic, park downtown, pay for parking, get out in the freezing cold, go to the place, wait in line, buy my skates.
The whole time, no less.
Skate around.
Oh my God.
And carry on like a couple of silly people.
Right, whispering sweet.
Oh, I fell down. Oh, I think I got the hang of it. Look at me, I'm doing it. That was fun. And then and then we'll get a little hot chocolate. Now the hot chocolate, okay. We don't have to go ice skating to do all that. We don't have to go downtown, park, pay for the shit, do all that.
The hot chocolate now.
Like, to me, that is so gay. That is what is gay about dating. People go, you say dating women is gay. Oh, you're gay. It's like, dude, no, that's gay. Actually, that's gay. Actually, that's gay. It's so gay. And, you know, I understand it's a means to an end, but you need to admit it. Admit it! Admit it! Admit it! But you won't, because you faggots like that shit. See, that's the thing.
Ooh.
That's the thing. I'm saying it, and it's true.
And you bitches love it.
And you know it's true, but you'll never admit it because you faggots like that shit, actually. You like your little long walks on the beach. You like to splash and play in the water. You like to go ice skating because you like that shit.
Oh.
Because you're a faggot. And that's part of, and that's the dance. That's the dance between a man and a woman.
It is.
And here's the dance. The woman desperately wants to be fucked, right?
Desperately.
Let's not be crude, but that's what it is. A woman desperately wants that masculinity. She wants a big guy
to take control,
to overpower her. That's what sex is.
Impose his will on.
But she has to pretend like she doesn't. That's the game. That's the dance. She has to pretend like she doesn't. That's what flirtation is.
Yo.
Maybe I'll let you take me out.
Maybe
you know,
I'll let you
that's
fuck
what
me
the
in my
game
pumps.
is. And we know that. But a man loves the faggot shit, but has to pretend that he doesn't. This is a modern male thing. A modern male secretly loves Disney Plus. I'll let you in on a little secret. These beta males, they fucking love Disney Plus.
Dude.
They pretend like they don't, but they do.
I like
they
the
want to
old
wear
Disney
matching
movies, but not that
pajamas
shit.
and make TikToks with their girlfriend. They want to cuddle and watch Disney Plus. And if they didn't
That's
get any
fucking weird.
pussy at all, they'd be perfectly fine with that because they get to snuggle up with their best friend. And like, that's the sick shit that I cannot abide. I won't do
I
it.
could never have a
That's a big part of what's holding me back. Honest to God. Because it's like, you know, and I've got my hang-ups. Okay, I've got personal hang-ups. And I'm a bit of a freak. But if somebody said, here's your wife, here's her character sheet, here's her profile, and if it was very businesslike, I could get on with a wife, no problem. But the problem, I will not do the jester shit. I am not a jester. I will not text her. I'm not doing that.
I don't like the
I
phone.
will
I
not
like being on the
Snapchat her.
phone.
Silly shit.
Man,
I will not
can't
do
it.
silly
Small
shit. I
talk.
will not be goofy. On the contrary, I will not be goofy. I like a guy that could be a little goofy. I like a guy that I could just be silly with. I'm not silly, though, but I'm not silly like that.
He's like my
If there's
dad,
one
really.
thing that you need to understand about me, it's that there's
He
no
reminds me of my
goofy
dad,
side of me.
hardcore.
Okay, there's no
Like,
goofy
man.
guy waiting to break out.
I think that's why I like Nick so much too.
Okay,
is
that's not there.
He's a really masculine
So,
dude, actually.
That's
his
the part I
behavior and
cannot
shit.
stomach. Can't
You know,
stomach it.
he's
You want to jump ahead
self-deprecating,
into
he never
marriage?
brags.
Fine. You want to move straight into marriage? Let's do it. But this whole like, hey, I got 2 tickets for the thing. You want to go with me? Great, I'll pick you up. Like, I'm not doing that.
Not into the pretend.
Hey, I bought you an outfit. Pick one. We're going to your favorite restaurant. I already know what to order
Somehow
for
that
you.
fucking stream just shut
And
off.
here's a basket of candy. And it's like, do you see me? Honest to God, do you see me? Nick Fuentes. Don't answer too quickly because that'll hurt my feelings. Like, no, you're gay. Okay. Do you, honest to God, do you see me going to Macy's, going to Nordstrom, going to Von Maur, picking out dresses for my fucking girlfriend, laying them out on the bed, laying them out? I'll pick you up be ready at 6. Pick a dress. Be ready at 6.
I'll honk the horn for you.
And then we're going to go to dinner, and I'm fine with going to dinner, but it's like these elaborate, you know, I went to a wedding once and this was the proposal. I'm going to explain to you
It's
the
the
proposal.
role-playing thing.
He
That's-
recreated their first 10 dates. 10.
Oh my God.
Like a scavenger hunt. It was elaborate. Now, it was a very nice, touching, so touching. But do you see me doing that? I have to say that because I think I know these people. Could you imagine? Like, and guys do, like, they like the shit now. They like that stuff. And me, I'm like, no, I'm not going to be figure skating with you or whatever, ice skating
There are
with you.
women like that, though.
That sounds like a giant pain in the ass. I'm not going to go to Maggie Daly Plaza and wait in line like
don't
a
think he's into
fucking
people.
asshole and
I
park
mean, I'm not really.
in the middle of
I'm
winter. It's 20 degrees
not into
outside
people like
and
that.
skate with you. That sounds like a really long and hard
conversation I
day,
ever
and I'm
had
not
was with
doing
an
that,
AI.
okay? Like, I won't. And I would also be mortified to be seen in public like that, to tell you the truth. It would be mortifying.
No, I went to Kentucky.
Maybe that's just me. That's a hang up for sure. But
Thanksgiving.
like, yeah. So anyway, so I see that
Forgot
stuff and I'm like, I
how
don't
much
know
I
how
don't
guys,
like
I guess guys are just, they're willing to
attention
do
I
anything,
get.
you know? They're eating box. They're going on dates.
Staring.
They're doing these things I would never do. They're doing these things I would never fathom doing. So
I bet he.
yeah, so that's me. That's my life, and that's how I choose to live. I have to live a certain way. I have to live a certain way, and this is how I choose to live.
He has to live it, not
It's
us.
my body, my choice.
You know,
Cozy
at the end
ice
of the
skating
day,
downtown sometime.
only
That
one
sounds
that
like
has to
something
live it.
I don't even know who that's for exactly. You know? But listen, and I'm not saying you should be like me. I'm just expressing myself. People go, you know what? Look, I'm expressing myself. If you're into that, by all means, do your thing. But I'm not a guy that's out there doing stuff. Everybody's out there hiking and camping and doing parties. And me, I'm like, isn't that just a little much, you know? I'm a very low-key guy. I'm a very low-key kind of guy. I like to do a couple of things. I like to go out to dinner. I like to go to the movies. I like to drive around in my car. End of list. End of list. Those are my favorite things to do. I like to go get dinner and dessert, or separately. Maybe go to the show. I like to go home. Sometimes I just like to drive around, and that's it. But I don't know. People are always doing all this other stuff. I don't get it. I'm not a fan of it. That's me, though. That's just how I live.
Right, yeah.
And I'm just explaining
Minarini
myself.
43 cent $20. Nikki looked dashing tonight. Love the Christmas set.
Thanks. Thank you. Yeah, the tie works with the Christmas set, right?
Man,
it's kind of like...
I mentioned
Talman
this
36 cent
earlier.
$20. Trump, Melina, and Barron Trump, Michael
Excellent
Jackson,
tie
circa born year of the dog has the qualities of charisma, good on camera, all bark, no bite, and always back down. Enemy year is 2024 year of the dragon.
Year of the dragon, huh? What's 20... Oh, that's the enemy year of the dog. Interesting. So what's 2026 going to be?
Nick sent $50. Suppose we found out the black and white murder rate was closer than we thought due to making up the difference in the 50% of unsolved murders. A couple orders of magnitude in IQ surely makes one more capable of getting away with murder.
Suppose we found out black and white murder rate was closer than we thought. Oh, you think the white people are killing everybody because they're getting away with it? That's crazy.
No, he's
Yeah,
talking about
that's black people would think that. Oh, white people is getting away with all the murders because they smart and shit. White people commit the same amount of murder. They just get away with it because they smart. Oh, you're right. You're right. That's hilarious.
They know better.
I'll take my
ATX Groves
chances.
sent $20.
You're right. You know what? You're right. White people are so dangerous. I'll live in a whites-only neighborhood. I'll take one for the team. You know what? You're actually right. White people are so dangerous, you should probably move out of our neighborhoods. You should move as far away from us as possible while we solve this issue. You're right. White people are school shooters and they're so violent. That's such a good point. I think it's best for everybody if all non-white people get the fuck out of our neighborhoods because, you know, I couldn't live with myself if a non-white person got hurt by one more white person. So I for your sake, I think you need to leave and we'll try and solve this problem in our community. And then maybe someday we can get back
Callie
together.
Gore sent $25. If God can preserve Mary from original sin, why do we have to be born with it?
I'm not a
Figureman1 sent
theologian. I don't
$20.
know.
Why you say you're short? 5.9 is medium. At least you're taller than Tom Cruise, Bruce Lee, and almost as tall as Mike Tyson.
Because now, look, the average height is 6'3". Okay, the average height is 6'3". Everyone under 6 feet tall is basically subhuman, and we should all die, right? If you're under 6 feet tall, I guess you should just die. Isn't that right? So that's why I say that. I understand. I know. I get it. It's fine. It's not medium. Maybe it's medium in Vietnam. Maybe it's medium in Peru. Among the white people, what is the average height in Europe? 7 feet tall? It's fine. Look, I get it. I know. I understand. That's why I willingly support a 6 foot and above person to be president or something. It's fine. It is what it is.
HJHJGJG sent $50. When we're coming to Australia, my wife.
No, I'm probably banned.
Cromer
I'm
sent
never
$20.
going there.
You didn't push up on Piers Morgan enough about the Jewish takeover of America. Not enough people know. You were just defending yourself the whole interview.
Okay.
Larry
thanks.
Silverstein is a piece of shit. Devil cunt sent $20. Here's another 20 cause we rich biatch. Why is there an Indian running the FBI? LOL, fuck Larry Ellison, fuck Netanyahu, and fuck those dancing as surrealists. Also fuck Larry Silverstein. Get all these fucking Israeli-funded politicians out of our government. Let's go, guys. Vote them out. George Washington style.
Let's go. Yes.
Mootri7 sent $21. Name the 2 ethnic groups involved in the Rwanda genocide.
Oh, come on. Hutus and Tutsis. This is just like basic history. That's just like, come on. That's like 101. That's one of the most consequential conflicts of the 1990s.
Right.
That's
They made a
crazy.
fucking movie about it.
Who
Don
doesn't know
Cheadle.
that? I feel like that's an easy one. Come on.
Jesus King sent $20. Saw a clip earlier this year of you comparing your career to Ye's albums. You said we were in the mixtape era. Is it safe to say we've hit your college dropout era?
Yes, this is college
Sean
dropout
Angle
for
96
sure.
sent $200. I am really just here to give you money to keep doing exactly what you're doing. You are made to lead. You people need to not waste his time. Play your part. You idiots need to leave his chat.
So true. So
real,
true,
though.
King.
Fucking
Thank you for the
A.
big
Base.
super chat. You're right.
Base.
I appreciate it. Thank
Tomahawk
you.
48 sent $20. What real jobs have you had?
I love when poor people say, what real jobs have you had? First of all, I'm rich. Second of all, you should avoid having a real job.
Right.
If you can swing it, you should avoid having a real job. I don't know what a real job is. What's a real
you
job?
hate.
A real job is what exactly? You sell insurance? What the fuck is real about that? You're a financial advisor? What is that exactly?
Right. As if that.
You don't have a real job. What do you sell? You sell fucking what exactly? You sell widgets? That's a real job?
And women
I'm
literally
providing
send
information. I'm
emails
doing real
for a
cognitive
living.
work over here.
Like
I'm doing important cognitive work.
half of the
And
fucking
you, I don't know, you
workforce
sell fucking paperweights.
doesn't lift more than a
You
fucking
asshole.
pencil all day.
No, I worked at UPS, and that's it.
Bitch, that's a
I
real
worked at
fucking
UPS.
job. I've worked there
I worked
too.
for my
It's no
dad
fucking joke.
when I was in high school in a warehouse. And
I've
I
done
did
that
that for
job
the
before,
summer.
too,
And then
picking
another
plugs.
summer I worked at UPS, and that was it. I
Where do you
did
work during the
band. I was a
summer?
tutor
I did
in
the
high
holidays.
school. It was so funny. I tutored a guy in a
tutored?
class that I failed. I had to drop the class because I was getting an F. My senior year, I didn't give a shit. I was like, just not even. I wasn't there. And so I was in statistics. I got an
Wonder
F.
how he got into
And
fucking-
I dropped out of the class. And one of the neighbors was paying me to tutor their kid. I'm like, I don't even know what I'm doing. So I did that. I got paid to do band camp one year. I got paid to be like, I don't even know what you would call that, because I wasn't teaching them to play the instrument. I guess I was just like a helper. I was in band camp, and I sucked at that too. I sucked at the euphonium, whatever. So yeah, I don't even think those are real
got a
jobs
pretty
even. So I guess the only real
specific
job I
skill
ever
set.
had is I worked for UPS. I cannot be managed. You cannot could you imagine me trying to work a job? I can't do anything on time. I have problems with authority. So that's just not going to work for me. I cannot be told what to do. And I can't do anything on time. So I don't know that a real job would be my strong suit. But yeah, but there was a time I tried it, didn't like it, was late once, crashed out. They broke my water bottle. You know the story. It was terrible. I don't recommend it. If you can avoid it, definitely try to not have a real job. If you can avoid it, try your
shit.
best, because there's nothing dignified about it. It's disgusting what they're making people do these days. I worked at UPS. It was a total joke. But whatever.
If Agent Nicole sent $50,
they
which is
just
nice about
work you
Birmingham,
like a
Michigan,
mule.
wouldn't fit in one message. Run here
You
and
get
fix this
hurt, they
BS.
cash
By the
you
way, I
to
would
the
rather do
curb.
nothing than all that / it isn't bullshit. It means we haven't met the person worth our time.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. You pay the money, and then the message is read aloud. It's not go read more of my messages.
Cloud Strife, Sonic 12040, sent $20. Fuentes Merch X Yeezy collab. Bravo 6 going
Yeah.
darker sent $20. Surprised you didn't clock Candace earlier. She's black.
I did. I just played nice.
Shits and Bids sent $20. What are your top 3 Christmas movies? Also, is there one that you cannot stand?
I don't know,
Merry
man.
Christmas.
I don't know really any Christmas movies. I mean, I don't
Christmas
particularly like
Diddy
any of
Bob
them.
A02 sent $20. It's not the tie. It's you.
Oh, stop
Matthew Robert
it.
Payne sent $20. I really admire how well read that you are.
Stop.
One of the keys to your life and broadcast comes from the quality of your research. I feel that your humility and patience really helps you in your interviews. Some hosts like the sound of their own voice, and you really endear yourself to them and their audience as you listen.
That's true. I mean, I think that people are surprised that I'm not some like blowhard because they think I'm a shock jock punk who's just going to tell everybody what's up.
Actually.
And
I
think they find I'm a polite, respectful person.
Colder 55 cents, $50. Thank you for what you do, man. Hard to communicate with my girlfirend about politics at this point.
He
she loves Erica
does
Kirk
that.
and I have nowhere to go. There's no convincing. She's lost love.
That's him.
Imagine playing. See, this is
like
the
doing
difference.
this,
Imagine playing these games. My girlfriend likes Erica Kirk. I can't. It's like, dude, you're being held hostage by a foid. You're being held hostage by a rib.
A fucking black hole.
Rib, bro. I don't know what to do about my girlfriend. She's crazy. Dude.
Sucking sound.
There's billions of them. Find another one. Do you know there's billions of them? They're always making new ones. So hard to communicate with my girlfriend. No, but don't you understand? That's the great mystery of it, as Tucker once said. That's the great mystery, that they're impossible to talk to.
Sure.
You know, in my opinion, if you're lonely, get a dog. You're lonely, get a fucking dog. Okay, I got a bunny because I'm allergic to dogs. But if I wasn't, I would get a wiener dog. The whole woman thing is insane.
Revolutionary Frog sent $20. The sick part is that Jester masking is an intentional humiliation ritual, and if you take part, they will laugh about you with their friends and text no effort Chad come over at 2 a.m.
That is so true. So true. Chad is posting shirtless selfies on Instagram.
No effort,
She's
Chad.
swiping up. Come over. Meanwhile, you are putting on the show. You're putting on the show. Pulling out all the stops. Giving her your goofy side, your goofy personality, paying her for her fuck-ass shit, paying for her Sephora, paying for her bullshit, schlepping her fat ass around. You are putting on the show, and then when the show's over, Chad, he's gone, come over.
He's hitting her from the backside.
For the dick appointment. It's insane.
It is.
It's insane, and it is a humiliation ritual. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, he bought me a gift basket. Isn't he funny? Isn't he stupid?
And it wasn't even, and then they'll talk shit about what you
Isn't he a fucking loser? Oh my gosh, my boyfriend did this. Isn't that so embarrassing? This is who they are. This is who you're dealing with.
They know where they're better.
So yeah, very good point. Well said. Thank you for keeping it real.
Lagrange multiplier sent $20. 80% of Southside Chicago murders go unsolved. All white.
That's true. They're going there in blackface to do
Shelly
it.
Easy sent $20. Show us your driving alone at night playlist.
I posted it. It's on Telegram.
Generic Statue GP sent $20. Hey Nick, just wanted to say thank you for all you do. You give a voice to people who felt they couldn't speak for a long time. You're changing the world.
Wow.
Keep up the good work. Much love from TX.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Okay, wait, we got one more, I think, from this guy that hates minorities.
Operation Wetback 2.0 sent $50. Totally get that we can't just tell all the non-whites to leave and that their support is going to be needed. The question about inclusive populism or a multiracial coalition was in good faith. Many of us who are involved in local politics and looking to strike a balance between pro-white policies and what is a realistic goal. Fair question?
No, it's not, because there's no such thing as pro-white local politics. It's only at a national level. You can't fix immigration at the local level. So no, terrible question. Okay, that's our last super chat.
Nice.
That's going to do it for me. Okay. Remember to smash the follow button, smash the like button, leave a comment. Let me know what you think about the show.
Please.
I'm on the air Monday through Friday, as always. Thanks for watching. Thanks to our super chatters. Big special thank you to Torches and Fire, Lexington Steel, Big Red,
All right, gentlemen.
B. Schleg.